there. How's it going? Welcome to the Match Ball Good. My name is Andre. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me remove my pants from that chair. That started with let me remove my pants. You know it's going to be a good stream, huh? How's it going? Thanks so much for dropping by. It is Thursday the 15th of November. We actually streamed yesterday as well, so I'm a bit more tired maybe than usual. Kind of went to bed late last night as well, so happy Thursday also. You look like a nail. How's it going? Thanks for dropping by. Shang, what was that? Those were, I don't want my laundry in my background. Also Jellyhead, saw your comment. Glad you dug it actually. That we did a thing yesterday. I'll talk about that in a second. Seems like it's been almost a day since we saw you. Yeah, right, huh? I was expecting the other pants. I'm a bit disappointed. Heyo. Yeah, so we did a thing yesterday. It was actually super rad. I'm really excited that we had to do it. So we streamed last night. We did like a full, maybe not a full. I think we streamed for like 2 hours and a half, and we streamed with Code Marvelous. Because if you don't know, Nisei is dropping, or they're announcing tomorrow, System Core 2019, which is like the new core set that is meant to be targeted specifically as like a really cool new entrance for newer players who want to get into the game. They gave me the corp side of all the cards, and I played against Dan, who had all the runner side of the cards. Now I'm not going to really be talking about it too much today. If you have specific questions like what's in the card pool, I can't talk about that because I told them I wouldn't. Don't worry, the list will be out either today if you're on the right side of the Atlantic, or tomorrow, very soon if you're on the other side of where that line we draw in the middle of the world. So that's actually, I want to front load this. This stream is going to be a bit shorter. I think we're going to tap out around 11 tonight, just because we've been up 2 nights in a row pretty late and I'm falling apart a wee bit. But also, most importantly, I worry that the VOD of yesterday's stream, the Wednesday night stream, is going to be buried by this one because I don't do a good job archiving things. They all just have titles and have like bullshit automatically generated thumbnails. Maybe I should do something about that. So I highly recommend you to check out last night's stream because it was real cool. It was really exciting and a lot of cool stuff happened. I came in with the revised core, so I'm excited about new cards I've never played with. Yeah, that's also really cool. There's a bunch of new cards. There's also like a bunch of cards that are coming back from rotation, which is the closest thing we have to new cards. Myself, for someone who's been playing Constructed for a long time now, since rotation. I'm really excited also to see the runner side, which will be tomorrow. I hope Vamp makes it, just like to tilt people. There's no way Vamp makes it. There's literally no way. Man, that card, huh? So tonight we got our normal stuff. I haven't planned anything because most of my planning and preparation for this week's streaming was done for yesterday. That's where all the investment went into. So we're going to start with the deck list of the week, and from then on, I think I'm just going to be pulling decks off of Netrunner DB, specifically for those in chat. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? If you want to throw decks that you've been playing with at me, I'll definitely jam a game with them, unless, I don't know, I really don't like them for some reason. If it's like IG, I don't want to play IG. That's largely the standards. It's probably just not IG. And we can talk about them if you want. We're just going to kind of hang out. It's really not a planned stream. We know the only thing so far is we're going to start with this deck list of the week, which is a Nat deck with monoliths in it. So it's going to be weird. It also didn't load, but that's normal. We are on Firefox, and sometimes that does that. So just give us a second. We'll open this up in Chrome. Also super interested, there was a lot of new people watching the stream yesterday because the stream was plugged in places that I generally don't advertise the stream. If you're new, what up? I highly recommend. We're going to be playing a strange deck right now, something more of a combo weird thing. So I think a lot of this write-up is meant to be facetious. Let me shrink my head so maybe you can get a peek at it. But if you got questions, you're new to the game, you're excited about things coming forward, ask questions. It's really the best thing. Meet people in chat, say hi. It's really easy to make an account on Twitch. I don't even think you need to do email verification. On YouTube, it's just a Gmail account that largely does it, and then you can kind of enter the world of YouTube comments, which we've only heard good things about so far, right? All right, Nathaniel Nat Hall. It's a real shame that the runner with the flavor text "Damn, I'm good" actually turned out to be one of my least favorite runners in the game. It's not fun playing with few cards in hand. Let me tell you that. Don't particularly care to do it. And let's see what we're doing. A lot of people are playing Nat just because it's an Anarch ID that has 40 cards in it. Having a smaller deck generally means you're more consistent in drawing the weird shit that you put in your deck. Like 3 copies of Monolith for 9 influence. So we'll figure out how that works. Hey, Dite, how's it going? How you doing? Grown Cap, also, what's up? Yeah, to be fair, not sure this is a combo deck so much as not intended to be played we got to read through the write-up. I was pretty sure this was a facetious look. It looks like the combo that we really want to do is get Monolith into our deck once we deck ourselves with Labor Rights, one of the champ cards. And then you go ahead and you play Windfall and you make 18 credits. That's not how you win Netrunner. It's a cool combo though, but I really don't think we have a way to win. We have no multi-access, and that's generally really important, so we'll figure it out. Also, Jester, how's it going? It's just empty your stack and Labor Rights back Monoliths. Yeah, that's entirely it. So we'll probably play one game of this before we jump into something else. Hopefully we'll get the combo off. Another really cool thing to say, actually, we'll talk about it at the news section. We'll do that. Remind me if I forget to do the news section, because I have been forgetting to do it. So, Watslav, I think that's right, was talking about the efficiency of this deck is incredible and calculates some of the really weird combos here, or the efficiency of certain cards. For instance, Duggars gives you 2.25 actions, 2.2 for cards per click. That's 0.25 cards more than Wildside. A lot of these things aren't actually going to line up, but all we really want to do is get this combo off. Excuse me. Where you Windfall a Monolith, and then when you install Monolith, you can install these from your hand. This is more like an art piece at this point, right? This is not so much we're going to do something good. And I don't think the Nat ability is going to fire once, but that's fine. Not gonna lie, I read that deck earlier this week, and my first thought, this is how on earth we're gonna work on Thursday night. Man, we entered this contract almost 2 years ago now, right? Where we said we'd play the deck list a week. So like, man, people can just take advantage of that. I know when people put deck lists on Netrunner DB, their first thought is like, oh, Andre's gonna play this on Thursday, of course. So you just gotta put like, you know, Nathaniel, Nat Hall, one of a kind. Damn, I'm good. And our influence is on 2 Fem, which is wild because I don't know how we afford that. I guess we retrieval run that. That's actually pretty cool. That's early aggression. That's really great. We're going to be throwing these out with Duggars, let alone all our other nonsense. It's also like another fine Windfall target. The weird thing about Windfall is like Windfall would be a very playable combo card, but specifically it says shuffle your stack before it. That's obviously very important, which makes it just kind of random, unless you can ensure the last 3 cards in your deck are all the same card you want with Labor Rights. Wayne, how's it going? Joe Shep says don't play this deck. Yo, how's it going, Joe? I got it. I just have to, right? Like, it's not going to take long, right? Like, we Duggars 3 times and we're out of a deck, so that's basically it. Only 12 games on tonight. Not a lot of games. Might take a while to find somebody, but don't worry, this won't be long. Kyle, how's it going? Can you try to do an even split between Corp and Runner games tonight? Yeah, let's do it. Hey, Jim. We'll try and do it. Yeah, we're just going to be grabbing decks online or decks we throw at each other. So we'll figure out what we got. Certainly interesting deck build for wacky credit races. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're playing against Asa Group, which is a card that like isn't a very strong identity on its on it. Like it's a lot of value. You get a free install every turn. I think we want to mulligan. Oh, we have frantic coding too. That's really cool. I don't even think we have any economy in this deck. How bad is this deck? We have 3 sure gambles and that's it. Fuck me. Why did we agree to this? No, we mulligan to Duggars. We want this game to be over as fast as possible. Let's play 10 of high cost cards of Windfall and credit kiting. That's basically our plan. Oh, we got double frantic into gamble. The thing about frantic is we want to install Fem. We still need like what, 7 credits for it? No, it's 3 plus 3 minus 5. Math. 7, yeah. Oh, hey, no problem. No big deal. It's all recorded. It was fun, though. You have to spell recorded wrong. That's important. Wow, attitude adjustment on the mulligan. Shuffling the Kawa project back in the deck. Let me zoom in so this makes more sense. Give me 1 second. So, they mulligan. And they went ahead straight for attitude adjustment, draws them 2 cards, lets them reveal agendas, and shuffle them back in the deck and get credits. And they went ahead and put the Akawa back right away. Double install, you get that Asa Group value, definitely upgrades here, whether they're break or break grid. Largely, I'm not going to be making any intelligent decisions or any like intelligent commentary on what our opponent is playing, because I don't think we care. Because we legitimately don't have a strong way to win. Should have no trouble finding players. How's it going, Suhas? Joliet, I've been playing a null fixed breaker deck. So much fun. I can send you if you want to challenge. That would be fun. I think Nefer is actually like an interesting card that probably should see more play. Embrace the fun jank. Hope you play against the fun corp. I do too. The thing is, like, this is technically fun jank if you like temper your expectations. I don't expect to win, but I do expect to do that combo. So that's kind of where we are. We'll play gamble and just run R&D, I guess. You can also check what this is. I don't really know if we need to. Okay, they're playing Breaker Bay Grid. They're playing the root. Again, our deck just doesn't have economy, so I'm not going to trash things. I'm going to go ahead and play Frantic Coding. Oh my god. So we got Stim Hack, Black Orchestra, Inject, Windfall, Gamble. That's our second gamble. We got a Labor Rights, a same old thing, a Fem, a Paperclip. We lost one Duggar. So we can install one card for free, reducing the cost by 5. I think Paperclip just gives us the most value. We're more likely to need a Black Orchestra, though, based off of the kind of Ice HB runs. Like, what are they running that we need a barrier for? Not a lot. Maybe Satyr, Adaptive Barrier, IP Block. I'll just take the maximum value because our deck has no money, and then we'll draw into something last click. I don't know. When I go someplace and they have a beer I haven't tried yet, I try that beer. That goes to some unfortunate results, but damn it, I have a code. I respect that, you know? Something is afoot. Hey, at least you're not playing Celebrity Gift. Oh my god. I put one Celebrity Gift in the System Core deck from yesterday. I took one out. I was like, I'm not playing 2 Celebrity Gift. I'm gonna show you that there's one at least. Violet level clearance coming out. Let's click. Mind you, this card came back in a big way. They have 8 credits. We're pretty sure there's a route here with a Breaker Bay Grid, maybe a Warray tracker, some other upgrade on it. I'll just run. We gotta make as many accesses as we can, and we want to access on our 3rd click, not our 4th click. 1st and 2nd will do as well, because we know they have a Kava project, and let's go find an architect with our face. Also, Gatekeeper. Everything else is not that big of a deal. Yeah, everything else is not that big of a deal. And they just drew a lot of cards, right? Like, after they do a big draw card, like Violet level clearance, Blue level clearance, they fire Rashida Yahim, run HQ. Generally, that's where agendas are. Especially this one, because they do a last click. Fuck me. What are they playing? Are they playing that one that lets you free res on ice on our remote server? Are they playing that creation and control card? What's that creation and control upgrade that you host agendas on it? Or sorry, Byroids on it. Awaken Center or something like that? Well, that's a big one too. Okay, well, we don't want to run. We want to run 1st click into Fairchild 1 because we also probably should just be drawing into our combo. Awakening Center, thank you, Grown. That's it. Installing Paperclip instead of monolithing it. Yeah, value. Vikram off the top also just might be a brain damage deck. Could just be Black level clearances, Breaker Bay Grid. That seems reasonable. Let's go find Duggars. We found a Ret Run. That's actually pretty good. Maybe Eliza's Toy Box. Yeah, that's still in the game, right? So the root is a really expensive res if they don't have a Breaker Bay Grid. So far we know 3 cards in their hand, all real expensive ice. We want to get that. We want to go find some of that big ice. Oh, there's the BBG. So there you go. Breaker Bay Grid. 1 region per server. That's the root. You res that for free. That's 3 credits to do just about anything ever. That's a lot of value. Double ice here. I think we're gonna run. We're gonna hit a Fairchild and then we'll retrieval run Fem it, and then we'll try and win off of axes, which is something we shouldn't be doing. Brain damage plays right into Nat's ID ability. Oh, they're helping us. They're making us stronger. I really like this card. This is like a very strong value centric card. The sort of decks that you might have seen if you played Netrunner from a long time ago, where you saw HB decks around Breaker Bay Grid into Adonis, always seemed like Breaker Bay Grid into the root would be good for like a mid-range Wayland deck. I think if there's any format that could be medium to okay in, it's like the sort of restricted format of the System Core, where you saw that we were playing like mid-range value Glacier Blue Sun. I think it's pretty fun. I also am pretty sure that they only have very few agendas. Let's go find them with their face. Are you interested in Keyforge? There's actually a Keyforge tournament tonight in Montreal. I'm not. I don't think I'm intrigued. Like, I want to try the game. But I'm not excited about it. I don't think I'll get into it. I just want to try it to see what it plays like. If that answers your question. Because it is, I don't know, man. This like disposable card game sounds really weird to me. Oh, hey, we got it. Voter and Machine Initiative. That is a non-defensive 3-pointer. What do they want us? I don't want to run 2nd click because of Femme Fatale, and we can't intelligently figure out which one to Femme. So I think we're just going to keep going for singles. That's a monolith. We want to throw those out so we can labor rights them back into our deck. And turntable might not do much if they're only running 3-pointers. It gives us an extra MU, but we won't have MU problems if we manage to install monolith. We have stim hack. Why do we have stim hack? Let's get rid of monolith. Nothing to see here. Marcus, how's it going? A little bit off topic, but came up for me a while watching the VOD yesterday. With the new system core, does that mean there will be a revised course cards that are no longer allowed to be played in standard? I think so. In Nisei standard, I think so, yeah. Not every card from the revised core made it into the system core, so yes, that is true. Now, these things can definitely change. The cool thing about Nisei, some people maybe think it's not a cool thing. I think it's actually pretty cool. Is that it's much harder for the people at FFG to change like formats because they need a lot of approval because it changes the value of products that they're selling publicly, let alone like what the company is worth to some abstract thing. Nisei can just be like, fuck it, this month something. I really doubt they're going to do it that wantonly, but like every year they could have a new core, which is kind of cool. A lot of digital card games do that, whether you want to consider Netrunner to be a digital card or not. But like Hearthstone does it, right? If you don't do the combo, you have to play the deck again. Fuck me. Okay, puppy, that's a good point. We'll get to it. I'll just start hammering draws though. But like we're close to winning. We gotta levy and do it all again. Oh, fuck me. Brain Taming Warehouse, Value Town. That's a Vikram. So interestingly, taking brain damage honestly isn't that bad. They res this for free. Actually, maybe they paid 1 credit for it. Brain Taping Warehouse. That is the name of my Wi-Fi in my apartment. So we want to learn last click, which obviously is bad for us. That means that they can res a Fairchild 3 for many few credits. This means we can't use programs, and we can click twice to dodge 2 brain damage, which brain damage honestly is probably not the worst for us. It gets us closer to a credit per turn value. We'll go ahead and click through that and check out. Actually, wait, hold on. Actually, we have 1 click left, so if they res Fairchild, it's going to cost them 5. Yes, because it's going to be 6 minus 1 because we have 1 click left, which puts them down on 2 credits, which maybe the root will let them recover from that. We still have 2 credits and a click to steal the Kawa project, which we know is in their deck, so we'll figure it out. Yeah, there you go. So we're just going to go ahead and trash our cards. That saves us 6 credits. So we can trash a card or pay 3 credits. Again, we don't have money. They get to fire the last subroutine, but again, they're on 2 credits, so we can just like run HQ here. We can even consider trashing the root. Again, we are now playing we're not playing our deck. We're just playing the value game. So we'll just trash the paperclip, whatever. It was largely free, and the same old thing was largely free as well. We got a lot of labor rights. Oh, I did that wrong. And then they can choose to brain us or end the run. Probably end the run. Maybe Jim wants to have fun, so they'll do the brain. We'll see. Stop playing Netrunner and do more combos. Hey, Apathy, I don't think I said hi. How's it going, by the way? Thanks for dropping by. All right, we got to end the run. So they have 2 credits. They don't have a lot of money. I think we actually want to go and destabilize the root. They could res something bad here. I think black level clearance would be disastrous. Even if they res an Ash, we can't deal with it. So maybe the root is much safer than we think it is. We can go HQ. It means we can't steal the Ikawa, but we could maybe touch another voter machine initiative. Whatever. We'll go for it. We're playing Netrunner. We got all the snow this morning. It was gross, melting out, but Chicago very strong against snow. It's freezing out? We had a bit of snow, but not ice. How much snow did you guys get? Preemptive action. Beans. Okay, so now we can fem this server pretty easily. We can always fem this and then run and then just double click through that. Actually, we need a triple click because we're using a program with fem. That sucks. We're just going to combo out to like 300 credits and then win off of single accesses because they still don't have a scoring remote, right? Like they got to trash the root if they want a remote, and the root doesn't actually transfer credits into their credit pool. So if they want to do anything that actually is credit intensive, we maybe are able to wait. So yeah, like they're clicking for credits, which is exactly the right time for us to draw a Duggars, draw a Duggars, draw a Duggars. Oh, a trope. Draw a Duggars. How many levies we got? Do we just like go through our deck? 1. That seems rough. I honestly don't think we ever gonna need turntable. There's no 1-pointers. There's a small chance that they're running sleeper cell thing. What's it called? That one where the lady is drowning. The lady Byroid is drowning in the pool. Domestic sleepers. So maybe turntable is good because if they're only running 3-pointers, it's nice to have like a 1-pointer they have to score. Otherwise, they need to score a lot of agendas. I'm just gonna throw out a frantic coding and click for credit. Nah, fuck it. I'll just draw once more. Oh god, we did good. Don't need those no more. I have a newborn. It was really exciting to show him snow for the first time. Oh, that's super cool. How'd they dig the snow? So Taki says nothing stuck to the ground. It was probably 3-4 hours of heavy snow. Enjoy your October, huh? Man. My kids are 3 and 6, and they were trying to build a snowman out with first ½ inch of snow. Oh, seeing people see snow for the first time is like the coolest thing. Literally the coolest thing. Snow is actually like, once you live in it and deal with it, you might be more miserable. Shoveling snow is not fun. But like it is actually really magical. Straight up like just pure magical. So that's really cool. Sean, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by. Diet says subtropical climate here, cozy warm. Where you at, Diet? I have to put kids to work. My son gets 6 months and he's gonna start sewing sneakers. He's really confused about snow. Yikes. Okay. This could easily be another brain taping. Seems pretty good. We could actually just go check it. We just want to set down our Duggars and check it, maybe. I don't know what it could be. If it's like a cheeky 3-2, that's bad. There's also a small chance. There's a cool combo with Brain Taping Warehouse with there is a Surat City grid, which is another grid or another region. So it might not work with a Breaker Bay grid deck, but it lets you like res all your ice for free. It's kind of nuts because you can do it on your turn when the runner still has 4 clicks. It's kind of wild. I think we'll go check what this is though. It might actually just be like a Jeeves. Seems like they need a Jeeves to score out. It helps with the 5-3s. Uh-oh. Corpse actions. Advanced assembly line? Yeah, there you go. So that's good. So trashing the advanced assembly line is actually really important in the modern meta. This lets you install a non-agenda card, but only not during a run. So for instance, if we didn't run it, they could always install a Rashida Yahim after we've spent our 4th click, so they can fire Rashida, and we can't react to it. So we're going to definitely trash that for 1. Now we're going to have too many cards in our hand after we Duggars next turn, so we might just want to dump some cards. So I'm going to install the turntable and just take a credit, and then next turn we're going to go to the party city. Canary Islands. Fuck. I don't even know exactly where that is besides probably Pacific. Is that even right? How ignorant is this? The Rude's my favorite card that I never use. Also, for what it's worth, this might look like camouflage at this point. It's actually the background of this thing too. It's real meta. It's super meta, which is really cool. Puppy says, how do you install a monolith after you install turntable? You run into Fairchild 3 and you trash it, but you don't. Otherwise, you don't. You'd have to trash it, which means you have to hit a Fairchild and we have to trash it ourselves. I play on the Rude playmat because I love the art. That's actually one of the better playmats that FFG does. They do sell a couple playmats. Ribbon Gold Godflow? Goodfellow? Probably. Everyone's running these old cards today. I legit played a Sundew PE deck like a half an hour ago. You see Core got everyone feeling nostalgic. Yeah, coming back, huh? It's all a card in here. So they're forking us, right? Like if we don't run this, if we Duggars, we can't run this. We're gonna Duggars because we're a combo deck and fuck anything else. Let's go. So we want to keep a labor rights. Another Duggars doesn't matter. Turning wheel probably is important. It's probably how we win, and we want to get a monolith back in there. How many more labor rights do we have in our deck? I think we have 2. So next turn we probably install stuff. Down to 1 credit is pretty rough because we're not gonna be able to gamble for a while. We definitely don't need an inject. Retrieval run is pretty good. Definitely don't want a monolith. We want our windfalls. That's the best card we have. Symbol things are really valuable too. Stim hack is rough. I think actually the gamble is not good because we're just gonna windfall instead of gamble. Honestly, the inject was probably not wrong. No, we're gonna have to Duggars next turn. I think next turn we're gonna like credit, install this. Showing the retrieval run's pretty bad. One thing you really want to do on JNet is hide the card you don't want them to focus on. Trash it before. So now if they look at their heap, they just see a sure gamble in their turn. They don't see the retrieval run at the top. They also changed the rules. Nisei did. It used to be runners had to keep their order of their heap. You can now shuffle your heap, which is cool. It actually just makes it so much easier in terms of rules stuff. Corpse can shuffle their heap too. Not a thing a lot of people do. It's actually really cool to do that because if you discarded a card on turn 2 and then discarded a card on turn 7, shuffling that before they access archives gives them less information on what's good at what time. So Why click for 4 when you can click for 18? Because we gotta set it up, right? And they're jamming the agenda. Okay. The only thing this deck is missing is an emergent creativity. Yeah. Man, 5 influence for that one, right? Also, I'm not good enough to have one a playmat or anything. Sidebar. You can buy them. That's good though, right? Playmats for everyone. So if we play this, we throw out... I think we just do this. I think we just do this so we can combo next turn. So we don't need a trope. Don't want a fem. Stim hack. Honestly pretty good. But we have basically everything we need here. So we are going to do our stupid nonsense. What does this say? Draw 1 card. Oh, we draw 1 card? That's kind of awkward. Okay. We have the best hand. I think we want to keep retrieval run. I don't think we need 2 labor rights, right? Yeah, we don't. You have to pull up card game DB. Them's the rules. Celestial, how's it going? Rain, if you run emergency creativity, you kind of have to run multiple copies because it's utterly worthless the moment you draw the last monolith. No, it's not, is it? No, because, oh yeah, I guess so. Well, we can always shuffle it back into our deck, Celestial, because we do have labor rights, so it's not totally useless. That's the Iqua. That's fine. That does nothing for them. That's better they score that than they score a voting machine initiative. Funny enough, voting machine initiative that makes us that we can't run Duggars, which is great if we start a turn with 3 credits. Okay, so we're going to play labor rights. Choose 3 cards to shuffle into our deck. We're only going to get 2 monoliths. The problem is we draw 1 card, so we need to shuffle all 3 in. We have to. And that removes from the game. Cool. So we're going to click for 18. Fuck. Feels good, man. I think we're going to click for 18. Oh, damn. We're so good. We are so good. And we can actually probably now contest the remote server. Nisei had to errata Wyvern. Yeah, that was the only thing that mattered, right? And Tataki, you're totally right. Also, Chris, how's it going? Tokes, how's it going? Yeah, we're kind of doing what we thought we would do. And I need to figure out, or we need to figure out what to do with this retrieval run. I'm pretty sure we just go for it because we're going to levy next turn. And we'll just put a... We'll put it on... What's more expensive to break? I think actually Fairchild is cheaper to break. Right? Because we can get through this for 6. And then trash a card. This one is a lot harder to get through. But we can always like click through parts of it. I think we actually fem this one. Because we can just like fem this, click through that. I guess we can do the other way. A Kawa project seems bad. We also might want to just contest the remote. Because we have no multi-axis in hand. Whatever, we'll fem everything on R&D. It's your boy, Vincent. How's it going, man? Ribbon, welcome to the new Anarch bullshit meta. This one? This is just like a really stupid, cheesy deck. Luckily, their deck didn't have a strong economy, so they can't really do much. Like, we should have just gone and trashed the Adonis, because that's probably all the money they have. Instead of retrieval running, we probably should have just trashed the Adonis. Man, we did 2 clicks for 36 credits. And we turned on Nat's ability. Is that really better than trashing Adonis? Yeah, I talked about that. Jim calling it out. Well, big monolith stuff. Yeah, we got big credits all of a sudden. Yeah, if anyone asks, we'd retrieval run instead of fem just so we could get nat value. That's more important than anything. You can just say R ribbon like an acronym, RBN. By the way, it probably sounds less dumb. Ribbon sounds fine actually, but yeah, we can do RBN. ELP, enhanced login protocols. That goofs up with our idea. We have no run events. We have no currents. It's actually really hard for us to deal with this. Luckily enough, though, enhanced login protocol is a nombo with their own brain taping warehouse. I think we might want to just run this, run that, and then levy. Seems fine. Let's see what this is. I'm assuming a breaker bait grid into Adonis. We trash that. Trash that. We could have even waited for them to res it, but with this current on the table, it's a lot harder to like go for that value. And I'll pay 3 to make them lose 3. It looks like we might have more money. Actually, I don't know. I think our combos are gonna be really bad really soon. Do you throw back the combo pieces again? Yeah, we largely could have actually. We could have comboed one more time. That was way better to do then than now, right? Because trope is really terrible right now. Yeah, that's probably wrong. Probably wanted to trope back in all that nonsense, and we probably want to get all our breakers installed. Final level clearance, last click. Card in server 1, not advanced. I think we want to consider maybe even running the brain taping warehouse and then sliming HQ. We also have another fem that we could consider hard casting. Oh, also a really bad thing is we levied and we have access to no more breakers, which is probably the worst thing we could have done. That being said, none of their ice seems particularly good. I'll run HQ first, then we can always inject out of this. Yeah, I don't think we played that particularly smart. That's Ravana. I'll just click twice through that. We have no clicks for Ikawa. We can't break it otherwise though, and they could have some really bad subroutines. They could do 2 brain damage to us. It's actually not that bad. Please an agenda. Fuck! There you go. Defends itself. We needed a click or 2 credits, and we don't have access to a way to trash it, so safe. We were playing around that. We were calling it out, but that happens. There's that free Adonis. That's 12 free credits. They get 3 off the top. But we know it's an HQ, so we can just like hard fem Ravana and run 5 times. Or actually probably only run once, right? Because of the current. Feels bad, man. They were an equivalent of a dropped ice cream cone. Oh, that's rough. Double ice, that's going to be bad for us too. The thing is they have nowhere to jam it. If we run that, we probably run other things. We really fucked up. We should have got our breakers installed. I think we might just sit back here and like gamble into a thing. The thing is like we don't know what the defensive upgrade is. If it's Ash, that's kind of bad. They're protecting against retrieval run. We'll go inject. So we got a paperclip into the bin. That's probably the least useful. They're mostly running sentries and co-gates. There's not very good barrier biroids. Mind you, Eli is coming back real soon. Maybe even tomorrow. We got the other fem in our hand, so we can like cold fem something. We could run this, but again, we don't have a lot of breakers, so we could just set up. Man, I'm not playing this well. This deck actually might have some legs, as ironic as that is. At least against decks that are not particularly fast and just want to have big ice. How good is clicking for 4 credits? Not great. Man, not having breakers is really bad. I think we just Duggars next turn. We could run this. I don't know what this is. Could be a Rashida easily. I'll run it. I don't really care about any of these cards. We want to throw the monolith out anyways. It's going to be 2 clicks. Tech startup. Fuck me. Excuse me. I don't know what they're running that they tech startup. Could be Liza's. Also could be like IT department. Anything scary for 1 credit. I'll get rid of that card. I hate that card. Actually, I guess the Duggars is worse, but we do want the monoliths in the bin so that if we need to go ahead and labor rights them back in, we can do it. I'm surprised if Eli 1.0 isn't restricted, considering that it's 1 influence. There's a new Most Wanted list coming out tomorrow, by the way, too. That's what I want to mention on the news. I've seen the corpse side of it, in fact. I just can't talk about it, but it looks good. One thing we can say with 100% certainty is, and they've said this publicly already, is that the champ, not the champ cards, they could be, but more specifically, the cards, the Magnum Opus cards that were designed at Worlds, you know, the ones that was like the Choose Your Own Adventure, they're definitely banned. They're straight banned, so don't worry about those. The Magnum Opus cards are banned forever. Yeah, fuck those cards. I really don't care for those cards. Yeah, the Org Crime ones. Yeah. So don't worry about that stuff anymore. So hey, there we Duggars. We got one of our breakers. We want monoliths in the bin. We really don't want to ever frantic coding again. We're going to depend a lot on our tropes just to make sure we get more stuff in our deck, which means we probably actually need to get our monolith down at some point. Another Duggars doesn't matter. Another frantic doesn't matter. Same old things don't actually give that much value anymore. Inject gets to the bottom. It's worth keeping inject. Worth keeping tropes too. Uh-oh. We just start stim hacking shit. I think we might have to at some point. I'm worried about taking brain damage in this matchup. This we don't need. Still have 9 cards. Hand size of 5. Inject is actually really good. We can lose 1 trope. We can always trope back a trope. Same old thing that doesn't seem that necessary. Can't same old thing labor rights. You can same old thing windfall, but I think we're putting the cart in front of the horse. That makes sense. I feel okay about that. I got the champ cards from Magnum Opus printed up, and I didn't bother with the Orc Crime ones because there were no way they'd be legal. Yeah, they're just not like, they were talking about that on Reddit threads, and basically what they said is that the Orc Crime cards were in no way tested at all the same way as any of the other Netrunner cards, which you can kind of tell. They're like super wonky. You must have already talked about this, but do you think on the Nisei MWL border control is going to get at least a restriction? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it's necessary. We do have run events, mind you. We have StimHack. Border control is a good card. Let me tell you that. It's definitely a good card, but in no way is it broken. I think it's just the strongest card we've had in a while, so people think it is like insane. I don't see how it would possibly be absurd. It's almost like crowdfunding design isn't a good idea. Crowdfunding is a really good card. Like I don't think even crowdfunding is busted. I don't know why people think that one's insane. It's not. It's 3 credits and a card draw. That's not that good. It also encourages like interaction, and I'm aware that like run all the time decks are really strong. Let's put them on game point. Oh, we femmed this. We can deal with that now. Yeah, let's just deal with that. What do we do? Just put fem on here and run. This is the Ikawa, so it's like really hard to get. Hard help him replicating perfection, so fun. I think we proved that too, huh? I think we just fem this run, and then last click we can inject. Sounds good, huh? This is 2 clicks for an R&D run. We're gonna have to spend 6 credits. Install MK Ultra. We don't really need to. We're not gonna levy again because we can't. Okay, we did the combo. At this point, if we win, it's a huge fluke. Like, the best thing we could do is charge this remote. Doing a last click is honestly pretty okay, but we really need a code gate breaker. Heimdall too. The thing is, like, they can't afford to res a lot of stuff, and we can afford to take brain damage. As far as I'm concerned, fuck it. We could probably just run it. Stim hacking it might be a bit, like, a bit dangerous, but, like, we can always just run this. If they do brain damage to us, they're not going to do 5 brain damage. Whatever, spend your money. We have no clicks left, so we can't steal the Ikawa, so actually they don't have to res anything. So this is exactly the wrong click to do it. Feels bad. Dumbbreak, what's up? I love playing against hard help, but I'm a known masochist when it comes to runner. It's a weird one to play around. You just have to kind of get lucky. Like, you have to find an agenda or the game is off. Against criminals is brutal. Yeah, we're pretty sure it's the Ikawa, so running it just wastes a click because they don't have to res anything. We can just, like, touch it. Hitting this actually might be cool, but they have 21 credits. So whatever, we'll find our paperclip. I mean, we didn't. I was looking for the decoder. We didn't find it. Wait, is this the Nat Monolith deck? How's it going, Cody? It is. It is. It's the deck list of the week. I think they still need to score a 3-pointer, which is going to be hard for them. There you go. 2 Ikawa's out. That's great for us. We don't have to deal with that. Border control in hand is straight up 4 credit Nisei token Mati. It's kind of absurd combined with Nisei itself and Batty. It's definitely strong, but like other stuff is strong too. Like then you can fork their ability. We used to play when we used to play when Caprice Nisei was in the game, and there is counterplay to Caprice, sure. But it's 4 credits. They have to spend 3 influence on it. You can pressure HQ. It's not a particularly good ice outside of that case. Like I understand it's really strong in Glacier decks. Mati is probably the strongest one, but I don't know. I'd be more interested in helping, like, fighting Mati in a different way. Like, that card is 3 influence, so I don't know. Is it him, DeAndre? How's it going, John? How you doing? Thanks for dropping by. I've been fiddling with this idea a Redditor had. Basically, you make pods of 20 to 22 cards and mash them together to get a deck and play smash up style. Like a faster draft. It'd be hard to balance that, but it seems fun. What do we do? Do we Duggars the rest of our deck? Seems bad. Do we windfall blindly? Seems bad. It's only 1 monolith, 1 in 11. A lot of our cards. Mind you, this says install cost, so any event doesn't fire. ELP's a little counter synergy with the warehouse. Yeah, I know. It's wild. Anxiously waiting tomorrow. Things are good, John. So Cody, I really like your glasses. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. These glasses have been working good for me. Thanks for the kind words. I'm doing good. Yourself? I've been playing with a bunch of Tenon recently and having no issues with crowdfunding. Absolutely wrecked. Play Crisium Grid and everything. We don't have a good play here. What are we doing? We still don't have a decoder. I think we actually might just Duggars. Feels bad, but we're a combo deck, so whoops. Okay, that's out. You're out. This is the one way we win, but it's hard to farm tokens. It's not the matchup you can farm tokens. This is useless. This is useless. Inject. Oh, actually, we have 1 card left, which is like super obnoxious. So we want our labor rights. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of everything that isn't specifically the stupid combo we want to play. There's a small chance we can fire all 3 windfalls, but it's really unlikely. It's more like we fire 2 off because labor rights draws you a card. So we'll just do 2. And we'll win. Bitter. How's the eye? Oh, eye is perfect. It's been the doctor said there was no damage to it. It just it was all like superficial, and I've not been wearing contacts for 2 weeks now, and it's all good. It looks good too. I don't look like a zombie anymore. Dumbrick says, I'm so excited to see what cards didn't make it to System Core 2019. I bet we were about to see the end of indexing, for example. I think that's a pretty safe bet. RDI, it was specifically mentioned in one of the comments that I forget who said on Reddit, but they said that people were complaining about RDI in a Reddit thread. And I'm really excited because the designers are actively responding on Reddit, and they can back up why they made certain decisions. And that's super cool. It's not something we've seen with FFG. Their communication was a lot worse. But they were saying that like RDI is straight worse than indexing, and we're okay with indexing. Oh, how many credits do we want? So let's top deck. Oh fuck, we drew one monolith. So this might fail because our deck has. Oh no, our deck is only monoliths. I thought we had one card in there. Monolith. Monolith. Feels good. And now we can't run. We'll win with this card. RDI makes Divide and Conquer a lot better. It does, and it also makes Psych Mike a lot better. It makes slower control decks better. Like indexing was the kind of card that was like, oh, suddenly I win on turn 3, and that's kind of cheesy. In RDI, like you have to work for your accesses. It's maybe more expensive. It's easily more expensive. Tech startup for another brain taping warehouse. We're going full value town. That's okay. Why are people worried about RDI exactly? I never played with it because I got started in the game around Rev Core time. So RDI is a really strong card. Marcus, how the game used to work back in the day. Let's talk about a matchup. It's one of the first games on my channel, which was like these really good late game stealth Haley decks that could get to a point where they're breaking servers for free or really cheap against HB. Oh, we lose. Oh, oops. Against HP decks, and the idea is you could have multiple RDIs. So say by mid to late game you got 3 RDIs down. I know that was expensive. Didn't think that was in there. So what you would do is you would run R&D and you would see the top 4 cards in worst case scenario. Now if the corp doesn't have any shuffle effects, it's very hard for them to ever find an agenda again. They are R&D locked, right? Because if you see the top 4 cards and you don't steal or trash anything, you know there's no agendas. So the corp mandatory draws, and even if they do draw, they're not going to break what is called R&D lock. And that means that the corp is fucked. And if you can't make R&D taxing enough, you're going to eventually lose. It was the same thing with medium back in the day, but medium was more of like a bigger threat faster that you could purge sometimes, but like if you couldn't stop it now, you lost. R&D means the damage is the same every time, but you can lock R&D, which is it's pretty scary. Oh, yeah, I called that one. I mentioned that in chat. All the free ice. RDI was used over indexing in the past because Jackson was a 3-of. Yeah, and Jackson was a really good counter to RDI. It was a card that was in every deck, and you could click to draw 2, right? So when you could click to draw 2, not only could you maybe draw past the R&D lock, but on top of that, you could, that was the Ash, so the server was like way fucked. But also on top of that, you could shuffle your deck. So they would see the top 3 cards of R&D, say with 2 RDIs, and before your mandatory draw, you would shuffle with Jackson Howard, so you suddenly drew a fresh card, and you could break R&D lock. There's more ways to do that back there. So all the big guys. Didn't know what to do. So RDI decks are usually getting the RDIs out cheaply. It's harder to do that. Back in the day, they used to play things like Personal Workshop, which rotated. You could still modded them out, but it's a much slower card as opposed to someone who could just like test run Femme Fatale into RD and an index and then Mad Dash and maybe win on turn 1. So like, you know, at some point. Yeah. Yeah, medium was much stronger than RDI, John. I agree. There's more counters to medium though, right? Like there's a lot more virus hate. It's hard to deal with RDI. There's not a lot of hardware destruction. 12 credits, 3 cards, still value, huge value. That's really big value, right? Sorry, I'm gonna catch up on chat real quick. There's also more shuffle effects, yes. In a perfect situation where you can every turn for a little money, it's much stronger than indexing. But indexing is generally stronger because it would probably require less runs to have the effect. Yeah, you see 5 cards. It also lets you diffuse things and gives you information. Indexing is really, really, really strong. Also, RBN, we all won today. I feel the same way, huh? Could this be my last click? Yes. Well, I'll do something else anyways. I couldn't run. That current. Yeah, Wake Up Call is a good one. There's a lot of really strong Wayland cards, I think, in the new meta. Like, if Caddy Jones, she is coming back, and if it's in every deck, which I don't think will be the case, but if Caddy Jones in the meta slows down and Caddy Jones is in a lot of decks, that, like, under the bus card gets kind of cool. All in the heap. Andre, at some point, I'll tune my Diana Hunt, Haley Kaplan, Fem, and Brahmin deck. It worked once. Man, Diana Hunt is wild. It's super wild. Use Monolith. Achievement complete. Change decks. Yeah, we're out of here. Done with this. I'd originally this with Punitive. Still noodling that. Yeah, I don't know if you have enough liquidity in the credits. It's all good ice credits. I should have trashed that early Adonis. All right, what are we playing? We're probably just gonna browse. I think we're gonna be here for another hour and a half, maybe. We did stream yesterday, so I want to cut it early today. I have a bunch of stuff also to do tonight before I leave for the weekend. Yeah, that was a good turn too. So if you got some deck lists to throw at me, otherwise I'm just gonna dive into Netrunner DB. I think largely what I was gonna talk about the news is the fact that expect a new most wanted list tomorrow. System Core 2019 will be out tomorrow. Also, there was meant to be rotation. Some people think that there's rotation coming up with the System Core because we are expecting a rotation of the Lunar and Sansan cycle. That's not happening tomorrow, so don't worry about that. Let's find a fun core. But yeah, Kyle, let's figure out what we can do. I paid 1 credit for that off-breaker band. Easily got 10 from it. It's really strong. How do you set up Surat? Different server? Geist will continue living. Yeah, we got Geist for a couple more days. It seems like the criminals that are in the System Core. I worked all night last night, and now I say System Core instead of Revised Core. You're welcome, Nisei. My bad. And yeah, it looks like Geist is not in the System Core, it seems, which makes sense. Geist needs a lot of support cards, and they weren't going to add all those into that box. But that being said, that doesn't mean he's gone. They can still save cards. They can do whatever they want really with the format. They don't have to stick to the FFG model that they announced like years before they did anything with it. Do we know all the runner IDs? No, we don't. We only know Geist. We know Gabe and Leela, and then there's 2 other ones. I'd assume. I think you could make some good guesses. I think all the core from the revised core are probably still in it. They're all pretty reasonable. And then whatever the advanced ones are, you could speculate about that. The only person who knows that, I think, outside of Nisei is Dan, because Dan got sent the list, but I don't know if he's allowed to talk about it. So we'll figure out tomorrow about that. Not Kate. Yeah, I don't think it's Kate. Kate doesn't make a sense. I'm also pretty sure it's not Haley, because Haley's that same sort of generalist, super good ability that I don't think should exist forever. I hope Kate is back. She's my fav. Hey, yeah, puppy, I feel you. Seeing like old Kate art also is like really nostalgic. Also, Jim, good game, man. Yeah, let's go find a new deck. We can talk stuff about it. I think that's all the news I wanted to say. Besides, of course, we did a cool stream yesterday. You can watch my side of things on this channel. The VOD. It'll be labeled System Core and Project Nisei stuff. But also, of course, check it out on Code Marvelous' channel. You can find that on YouTube if you search. I think you have to search, if you search Code Marvelous, it works. I think it's also under like self-modifying code and also A&R Black Hats. But check that. It's great. You can see his side of stuff. It's fun. Like, I guess it's Isla at that point. Maybe. It actually might be from, I wouldn't be surprised if it was from Creation and Control. I doubt it's Wu, because Wu's like really not going to be rotating for a while. I would say Kit. It's probably Kit, right? Because it's not Professor. Professor's too weird. And it's not everyone's favorite dumpster diver, right? And it's no way it's Nasir or Dumbrick. It'd be super rad, but they need a lot of like new support cards. I don't think you can do it. Matthew also has it going. Yeah, I doubt it's Exile. I would say it's either Isla or Kit. I think those are pretty safe bets. And Chaos Theory seems pretty reasonable. CT and Kit, Vanilla Paradise. It's pretty good, huh? Let's go find some decks. If anyone in chat, you want to throw something, we'll take a look at it. This is not meant to be judgmental. I know I talk shit about stuff sometimes. I'll try not to. But if you want to maybe tune a deck, maybe you have an event, we can do that right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna look for. I think we promised a Corp deck and Omewa Mo Shindiru. That is I'm a Hanzo main. This is good. Is that what Hanzo says? I think so. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Project Junebug. Project Jemison Astronautics decks are the fucking best deck. Just the best deck. I think Junebug, I was even planning Junebug Jemison for Worlds at one point in time before I playtested with Vincent. He's like, buddy, what are you doing? Shout out to Vincent. It's a trap deck. Those sometimes work well. This is Jemison and took the charity gift, losing only one game in round 5 to lost Snake during away the agenda flood. Idea simple: score a hostile for standoff and push the city works or a Junebug and forfeit agendas before Axis when they can't jack out to make the Axis lethal. That's actually a really cool thing. So I've been playing a whole bunch of Jemison. I like Jemison a fair bit. One really cool thing that you can do with Jemison. Oh, people are still speculating about the IDs. Actually, let's see. Let's hope for Rain or Kim. It's definitely Reyna. I have no doubt that the cores are the same, and then you'll get another Anarch, which my guesses would be Max needs Levy. So if Levy's in it, maybe, but I don't think Levy's maybe that great for the game in a long run. So Kim is possible. Quetzal is possible. Rain is possible. Who are we missing? Who's the other Anarch? Omar and Alice Merchant. Wizard, there's no way it's Wizard. It can't be Wizard. And Noise, yeah, right, Noise. I saw so little recursion on the corpse side, there's literally no way it's Noise. Oh, Val, there's no way it's Val. Thank you, Brick. That's the one I was forgetting. And Kamala needs a lot of virus support, so it can't be Kamala, right? Bring back Wizard. Can't be Wizard. So about this sort of project or this sort of deck, the combo is really cool. Not a lot of people expect this. But the idea is that Jemison Astronautics is one of the only abilities that lets you put tokens, advancement tokens on the card at instant speed. So you can have a Project Junebug on the table, and then they can run it. And then you say Axis, and at step 4.3, once they've committed to Axis, if you find a way to forfeit an agenda, which this deck doesn't have many ways, it's either Ibrahim Salim or Ober's Protocol, you can dump counters onto a trap. And then they have to access it because they already committed, and suddenly they take 6 damage from the Project Junebug when you sacrifice the Project Atlas. The other way, of course, and this is the new way that I haven't tried, is you install Advanced CityWorks project, and they run it, and they're like, well, if I hit this, I'm going to take 4 meat damage, which is fine. And then you forfeit a card to put more advancement tokens on it, and suddenly they take 6 meat damage and they die, which is really cool. Or forfeit a false lead. Yeah, that's true. That's another one. You can forfeit this as long as they have 2 clicks left. But yeah, that's very, very true. Truce, what's up? I've been trying to do the same diet. I've been feeling there's a very unreported way of doing non-SMC woo stuff. I missed Kamal and his virus. Yeah, we saw some actually really interesting woos at Worlds that they had SMC because I think it's still really good, but they were playing stealth woo. It was kind of wild. Do we know the card list or any spoilers of returning cards in System Core? I only know the whole corp side. I played 4 decks and tried to show a big range of it. I didn't play every card. Mostly I didn't play a lot of assets. I think I showed very few assets. I think I showed almost all the ice. I'm not allowed to talk about it more than that. You'll find out in probably less than 12 hours. So just like hold on and you'll get it real soon. All right, let's do this. Wizard is dead in canon. Yeah, he is. But he did get fucking missiled to shit. But Andy's still around. So on the lam, huh? Surveyor. We got some good ice. This also forfeits, but not in the way that we wanted to. We got Slot Machine for some reason. This puts advancement tokens on a card. That's fun. Mouseless is just kind of cool. Mind you, we can also put 3 tokens on a Mouseless while they're running. So suddenly it's like, oh wow, Mouseless does 3 damage and takes a tag and end the run. That's actually kind of relevant. And Border Control is a good card. Again, new most wanted list out tomorrow. I don't think they're going to be restricting this. It hasn't been out long enough. They've been talking publicly about this. Check out our Netrunner, the Reddit, because the designers will get direct questions. People will be in the comments being like, hey, we really need to ban border control. And then they'll respond and be like, hey, we've been doing playtesting, and for this reason and this reason and this reason, do it. They've been really respectful also with their responses. If you disagree with them, I do encourage you to engage in some sort of debate, but keep it respectful, right? Because they're doing the same, and they've been spending a lot of work. That System Core is a fair bit of playtesting from my understanding. Okay, let's do this. Oh my, am I gonna do this right? Wa mu shindu. Jemison Astronautics, Sacrifice Audacity, Success. Mind you, only one of these cards ever sees play, but it's good they gave it a long title. Hype for Slot Machine Jank. Yeah, it's actually implemented now. Man, a lot of people like Slot Machine way more than I do. I think Slot Machine is not good. It doesn't require a breaker. It costs 3 to get through it, which, yeah, is taxing, sure. But it shows the runner the top 3 cards of their deck. That's fucking good for them. Don't do that. Nani, you're already dead. First Nisei ID should be Andy as an Anarch. As a corp, you know? Or like Global Sec or something. Slot Machine is a card that Dudua has been waiting for. Holy shit. Yeah, that's true. Man, this deck should run a... Oh no, Dudelblad's only ice. It's also probably way too expensive and way too Glacier for this deck. I thought I was the only one doing that. I think the way it's flame out to trash the card before it's removed. Yeah, you can do that for sure. Chameleon. Chameleon's really cool with Woo, right? Because you pull it back to hand. Are the details about Nisei Eternal format coming out tomorrow as well, or am I mistaken? I have no idea, Brick. I actually don't even know what Eternal format is. We were just talking. So that's the thing, is we figured out the format really late. We got the message like, hey, do you guys want to do a game on stream at some point this week? And we got the list, and we weren't sure what our format was going to be, so we thought that there was going to be I got a bit more. They told me in the MWL. There's also some other news about rotation and stuff. You'll hear about that tomorrow. But then we're like, we're just playing a single core. Don't worry about it. So, you know, that's cool. Liza, tag me Liza. We actually don't have any meat damage from hand, so that's kind of rough. Liza also draws, which makes it hard for the kill, but that makes the snare on Central bad. Nothing really else matters. Oh, we have Punitive. That's not going to be good. This hand's good, though. This border control in HQ is actually pretty cool. They'll easily get their breaker soon, but we can always pop it to stop a diversion of funds or an apocalypse or... Oh, fuck me. It's going to be rough. Yeah, 50 cards, though. That's cool. HQ. I'll just have a billion credits. I don't know. Steven, what's up? Unless it's max, then top 3 card info does nothing. Yes, it does. You know what you're drawing into. It definitely does something. How's it going, Steven? Saying a Dudawa goes well with Slot Machine is to misunderstand the fundamental fact that the runner will not allow the third sub to fire when it'll actually do anything. Yeah, but they don't know when it'll do anything because you always trash the top card, so you don't have full information. They cleared the tech. What? Wayland respect. That's really cool in R&D. They can still run archives to draw 2 cards, but it's way worse. Gets them an Amakua token. We have no AI hate in our deck. And we actually could jam the Ibrahim. We really need to get this scored, and we don't have an end the run. We now have an end the run. I'm pretty sure that they'll inside job this, though. They have 3 of those. I mean, for the corp. Ooh! Tagless! This deck, I forget the name. I met the really nice person who was running triple dorm computer, or is it double dorm computer, triple, they were also running paper tripping. They were running this tagless Liza deck because they thought there would be a lot of Wayland in the meta. And I thought it was wild. This is a really cool combination. You don't have to play it in a lot of matchups, but with dorm computer and paper tripping, it allows you to remove your tags. It's honestly not a terrible card. It's 1 influence and it's cost 0. Let's get ourselves on the board. Putting these on both central servers is gonna be really good because it is annoying, right? Early slot machines. We got double slots. Let's pull that one arm bandit. They're seeing the top cards of our deck, which they knew what this was. That's a snare. Ah, fuck it. Let's go. Tag me stuff. Power tap. But we did make them stronger with the paperclip in the bin. That's a bit of a bad thing. And they got no tag from dorm computer. Fuck it. They got all the tech. That's wild. The cool thing about this is they're going to see the top 2 cards of the deck, and then they're just going to straight draw them. So I guess we know what's in their hand, huh? Dorm Computer is so good in Pawn Shop. It's a cool card. It deals with IP block really well also for Amakua, which is dope. That's one of the good counters to Amakua, and it like has that built in. So I'm a big fan. Also, if we know what their hand is with Slot Machine, Ibrahim Salem gets a lot better. That's kind of cool. The thing about Ibrahim Salem is it's not going to last very long because of they have their barrier. So, you know, I'll just do this. We could consider preempting all this stuff back in. It's actually really good. I just don't know what else we would consider preempting back in. Only 2 punitives is wild, but I think we don't have that much. I think actually we all preempted those back in. We have another preemptive, and we're not playing like Audacity or any other strong combo cards. The only other thing we'd consider preempting is Oberths, because they're fickle. They get trashed easy, and they're very important. Found it pretty helpful to know when Diversions of Fund was coming up in some matches. Yeah, that would be really good, right? Wow, 5 strength. Let's go. When the runner counter slot machine, put the top card of the stack on the bottom. Rolling bones. Let's go. Okay, reveal the top 3 cards. It's a dorm computer. That's a hardware. A rogue trading as a resource, and a pawn shop, which is a resource. So what happens? Runner loses 3. We gain 3. And we don't place 3 advancement counters. Okay, this card is cool. But they're playing pawn shop, so they definitely not tag me. That's wild. Did I not call it? Yeah, you called it. I like surprises, and I'm crim inside. Ah, fuck. Got an Alice off the top. Pays off well. Didn't get the Amakua counters. Joke's on them. And I think they'll start punishing, or not punishing, but pressuring one of these servers. I'm assuming your eyes lit up so much seeing a Gemstone deck on NRDB. I know it's your favorite. It really is. And man, that's more stuff to pawn in. This is a really cool build. Man, I want to try this. I like your build. Also, because they see the top of the deck, like they can decide when to run into the slot machine. So they can be like, oh, I don't want to draw the card, so I'm going to put that card on the bottom. Like, I know they're getting 3 credits, but they're also getting an access, so it's only so good. We can maybe go for that cheesy kill here, where we install this advance. I think we want to pre-install this, but we need to ice it first. Oh, that's wrong. We can drop how many counters on there? 2? It's not great. That 3rd sub is also so good with CityWorks. Yeah, it is really good. It almost never fires though. It will against like weird one-dimensional combo decks. Maybe against Geist, but largely not. So you can't count on it. Three subroutines, so that's kind of cool. As much as they don't matter. Also, you know, when the runner encounters a slot machine, the thing fires. This actually fires, which is good for us. Gives them a net damage. They didn't dorm computer this. The Ibrahim Salem, they can still trash. I don't know if they do. This will put us down to a few credits. Do they have a decoder? No. We hit the rogue. That's really good. Got them a tag. Let's see if they trash this. The best case would be Oberth with CityWorks on top of it. And justify the cost of spinal modems, cyberdelias. That's actually the one thing that I'm confused about. Like, I don't have a strong idea. It's like every faction is going to have a console, I'm assuming, in the system core, right? And we know the criminal was Shaper and Anarch. I have no idea what they possibly could be. Yo, Jogging, how's it going? They trashed that for 5. That was a good trade for us. So we just have another one, so we're still good to go. They're going to get 3 more credits next turn. Because they're going to go pawn. I'm assuming the Harbinger. You think it's Spinal Modem? Could be. That's what it was last time, right? Spinal Modem and Dinosaurus. Yeah. Probably good enough. Amy's knife throwing deck is me believing in Spinal Modem. We're firing. We're rolling them bones. Alright. Top card on the bottom, so we don't see what it is. It's Maxwell James Citadel Sanctuary. It fucking happened. Oh my god, Value Town. Oh, jackpot. Holy shit. I've never seen that happen. The copies of Maxwell James are gonna be an issue, but ding ding ding. Damn it. We need an animation for that. Whew. That was perfect. And now we can just rush out the CityWorks project, ideally. We also know the next 3 draws. And they want to get the things off here so they can pawn it. This deck is really cool, though. I really like this deck. Shaper. Spinal Modem is Shaper. That's wild. Cyberdelia seems fair. Cyberdelia is a slow card. Never loved it. And that's the thing, is maybe the game slows down. Maybe people are playing RBDI and then Cyberdelia seems fine. I don't know. There's a Maxwell James. Really scary card. They can de-res our stuff. Our stuff is still like not that expensive, especially if this fires. Going HQ here. Obviously, we don't want to steal this, so we can res this. They can still get through. This is a 50-50. It's really important. This is going to cost them 6 credits to get through. Oh, fuck. They have Amakua. Ah, if they steal this, we lose the game. We could always end the run, but they can just run again. Nice. Well, they trash it. They can run again and steal that. If they trash this, they can run through this and give us a credit, though. They might not trash it. Nice. They want to probably just de-res the mouseless and then run here. But we can still re-res it. They have 5 counters, so it's still safe, right? They still can't trash this. But they might want to just run HQ so they can unres with Maxwell James. They've errated Maxwell James, so you have to use Maxwell James right now before doing anything else, any other paid abilities, let alone spending clicks. So it can no longer do that like de-res buy or pass bullshit it used to do for 1 influence. Feels good. They have 2 of these though. It's a really strong card. Just getting Link sometimes is really good. We're thinking about it. And mind you, they're on a Citadel Sanctuary. Oh, okay, they're doing it. Running for it. We could res this, trade our 4 credits for their 3 credits. Not a real big need. There's Ibrahim sitting at a healthy 5, so do whatever you want. Oh, we have it. We just don't have enough money. We do install advance. We can't res any of the ice, which is pretty bad. Let's see how this could how bad this could possibly be. We could have probably even jammed it last turn if they respect the false lead or not. But they're gonna start with 7, which is really rough. I still think you can do other paid abilities before any actions. Is that what I don't actually know what the text is. I was assuming it was that. Maybe I'm wrong, VK. It's before any actions. Okay. It's worth knowing. Thank you. Does Maxwell have to be the first paid ability or just use the first window? Oh, Spark, you're asking the right question. I'd have to Google it. I don't see why we don't. Whoa. Who is this person? All right, let's go. Netrunner. Go in archives. Slot machine. Not worth it. No, we need to have 2 credits for this. They could always break it for 3. I don't think they would though. Maxwell James. Okay, so they draw 2. It's pretty good. It's now Maxwell can be used in any pay to will during the same turn in which a runner has made a successful run. Where's the errata? De-res a piece of ice protecting a remote server. Uses ability only during the next paid ability window. So, yeah. Who's this person who said looking directly at Maxwell's picture? I don't know who this person is. Scientist. Oh, the physics Maxwell. Okay. I bet ideas to run there. It's probably fine. Spin the wheel. We need the 2 credits to res this so we can play our trap. Otherwise, I would have 100%. That wheel has been a fun pull. Hard res, no question. I don't know about that. I want Maxwell money, or sorry, Ibrahim money. They're considering it if they run it. We do some damage to them, especially if they run it this click. If they run it on the 3rd click, I think they're fine. If they run it on their 2nd click, them be a bit dead. But we can always just like false lead anyways and score it next turn if they don't run it this turn. So they have a really cool fork here. Sack false lead? Nah, I want to sack false lead when they run it to put more counters on it. Because if we sack false lead, they can just, I guess they could, we don't need to sack it, right? Because they might just not run it. Citadel, fuck me. Yeah, right. This is a card. Oh, fucking hell. I totally forgot about this. This says prevent all meat damage. Oh, we're done. Hold on. There's no way we can get through this. We can June bug through it. That's so bad. We could have Ibrahim'd out of hand. It's so bad. Oh, we're fucked. We got all these garbage servers too, so even if we purge, they get Amakua counters. Oh man, meat damage. It's not very popular. So we can sack this. Yeah, I think we just sack this. Yeah, we're gonna sack it. Eric, what's up? If we sack this, we score this for very cheap, and it's pretty good. It means, but it means Ibrahim's off. I don't think we're gonna win. They trash their hand. Can you punitive them? Yeah, well, they need to do this. No, we don't have enough money. Yikes. Yeah, we'll just score it. Side note, it's crazy the revised core doesn't include a comprehensive printed timing structure. Oh, yeah, it doesn't. It's a smaller box, right? I think they saved some money on some stuff. Yeah, we're back on board. We're 3-2. We did the Jemison thing. Cash coming down. Ooh. This card is meant to rotate, mind you, which is kind of a really big deal. Maybe it is in System Core. I doubt it, because it needs other support. We are doing the Rogue Trading Citadel Sanctuary. There's no power tap here, so we could spend all our money and it would do nothing. So we're just gonna let that one fly. And they are back on the board. Punitive looks pretty bad. Could keep Snare in HQ. Doesn't do much if they dorm computer it, let alone with Rogue Trading. But it might set up a kill in some weird situation. I think we're gonna draw and then credit into hedge fund. We're basically looking for this is also really bad if they're stacking Link. We know they have another what's it called in hand too, another Maxwell James. We're looking for net damage, which we do have a fair bit. We do have June bugs. We can put a June bug into remote server. That's probably one of the better things we have. You did it the wrong way. You had to take credit, play hedge fund, then advance. Did I do it the wrong way? How much credit? I think we had 3 though, so we couldn't. Pretty confident we were at 3. Maybe I did fuck that up. Arbel, how's it going? Jake and his team released comprehensive rules with a complete exhaustive timing structure reference. Yeah, they do have one online. It's weird that it didn't come in as the Netrunner product because it came in the last core. I can see that. Reverse accounts. Might want to just go trash that so I don't have to deal with that. When they see these and not June bugs, they might be more willing to run something we install advance, which is really good because the June bug threat is real. You were on 3, you did it right. Okay, so we couldn't do credit hedge fund. So I think we did okay. Deuce is wild. That's tag value, but they want to keep their tag because of, as long as we have less money than them, the tag is safe when they have Citadel. And install a Harbinger, and there's the Maxwell James. And they have 1 Link now. I'm not gonna go boost that, doesn't matter. Okay. IP block. Good counter to Makua, but 1 strength. This card, not absurd. Only 1 strength. I think we're gonna purge because it protects our Ibrahim Jalim, and we don't have anything else to do here. Did I miss a raffle? No. Running parallel. We're gonna do that next week. I haven't planned it yet. I gotta talk to my dude in the States. Amina breaks this for 4, perfectly for 4, and we lose a credit, and that's real bad. Oh, what? Oh, I'm gonna roll them bones. So they're drawing daily cast Amakua Pawn Shop, so they can choose not to break it. It'd be really bad if they don't break it because it's 3. Don't break it, please. Damn. Because it would be 3 of the same kind again. So we did get a jackpot. We're going to lose a credit. That's pretty rough. We got to get rid of this. I don't know how we win this. Rogue trading for another 6. That's a fuck ton of money. We spent all our money. We still don't win. We need to find that June bug. And they sell the top of the deck, so it's not a June bug. It's an IPO, which is good. Draw for June. No. How do we ever score this? I don't think we can. It's behind a border control. Border control also plus false lead is a fun combo. The thing here is they actually know how to get through this betrays, which they can actually easily do. So I want to ice up HQ. I also want to ice up R&D because this on the outside is a liability. The thing is we can't IPO if we install this. That's fine. I don't want to play 2 cards because it puts a 1 and 4 in the agenda as much as it also does 1 and 4 in HQ. I also want to place IPO before we fire the snare off. I think that's kind of really good. We've seen no like diversion of funds or anything, which is really scary. And they're gonna dorm computer R&D anyway, so like this IP block actually doesn't even do anything. Maybe this is really bad. Yeah, okay, I think it's bad. We're just gonna go credit IPO. It also threatens us having more credits than them. That being said, they're always going to double click for Rogue. Yo, Eric, how's it going? IP block is blank on Centrals. It's blank anywhere, right? Maybe they don't computer side servers, but at least for the next 2 turns, it's blank on Centrals. I think you're right. How you doing, Eric? This is going to be really hard. This card was the issue. If they didn't have this card, I think we had it. Yeah, so this is going to be 2 credits to get a single access. Snare obviously would be good. They're going to draw 2 cards into it. And we haven't seen some of the stronger pressure cards they have. Like, they might have Embezzle. They're seeing a Surveyor, draw 2 cards. They actually don't use the dorm computer, which means they might not rogue trading this turn. Unless they, like, have a... maybe a value Deuces Wild in hand. Good. Beer brink at night. What are you drinking? Running this remote. Amina also perfectly deals with this for exactly 4 credits. So basically, we pay 4. We pay 5. They pay 4, which is bad for us. but I'm gonna do it. I'm assuming they can Maxwell it. I don't know. They have gone with Rose. Opponent's a super interesting build. Yeah, Eric, totally. Other Eric. This build is really cool. It's really stomping us. I think we need to start install double advancing traps. That's huge because it turns our teeth off. We need to draw a standoff. Standoff would be really strong. Actually, are they not clearing a tag? They have to clear a tag manually here. They don't. What? So they can do 7. So we have to do... Right? Do you have Corporate Town? No, we don't. Yeah, we're gonna just give him a tag. You could win this. Yeah, we could. Can't... Fuck, it's here. Now that we can forfeit anything, that's pretty bad. Important they don't have this. Actually, is it more important they don't have Citadel? No, that's the second Aesop's. It's actually, maybe that was wrong. Let's consider this. This is their economy. And they get rid of the tag for free if we don't trash Citadel. How many? They definitely have multiple Citadels, and we've seen more Aesops, so we'll trash the Aesops. It's fine. I honestly think a snare is garbage. It's probably actually the IP block that's wrong. Okay, so they don't have to manually clear the tag because like Citadel will remove it. They might panic. Some people do. Yeah, I think there's definitely another Citadel here. There has to be. There's no way just one. Seems really good for their deck. So obviously if they hit any of these 3, it's really bad. Snare trashes without a fight. Atlas is an agenda. And if we lose the Junebug, they know what we're up to, let alone we lose our win con. They hit the Junebug. That's real bad. That sucks. The versions that I played that had Junebug kills in it were more fast advanced decks. This one, does it have broad daylight in it too? No, it doesn't. That was really cool. Fuck. Everything we did doesn't matter. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a good game out of this. Like, they're going to have so much money. They can click for 6. They gain 9 off the top next turn. The only way that we get them is if they run a Junebug somehow. Because meat damage, we have to fire 2 big meat damage traces. And if they end up getting our next City Works, like, we're on game point anyways, so it doesn't really matter. In the amount of forfeit cards, we only have 3 more forfeit cards in our deck. We have a preemptive and we have 3 copies of Oberth. So, like, we can install an Oberth, install a Junebug on it. That's, like, our best play. That's definitely our best play. And they're going to deck themselves eventually, but, like, they have a 50-card deck, so it's going to go on for a while. But, yeah, that punitive is probably garbage, considering both Citadel, both also because they have Link, and because we just don't have money. Why trashing IP block? Isn't it useful? They got Amakua, so that isn't that a tag? It can be. I'm assuming they have another dorm computer. If they have another dorm computer, it's really bad. I think the Surveyor might be better, but... And we're going to lose a credit every turn. The thing is with dorm computer, IP block is straight blank. And then if they don't have Amakua, if they install over it, which they might... Oh, we got Rolling Bones. If they might... Oh, triple event again. Fucking jackpot every time. If they don't, they can overinstall over this and get rid of the Amakua. And then it just is like a trace 3 when they have 1 to 2 link already. Keeping our credits down. We still have snare money, but all our snares are in hands, I think. Maybe we have 1 more in the deck. Oops. Yeah, we do. Why not snare in a remote and Atlas in another? Because they run it. They get through this for 4 credits. Like, they just check everything. We can't res this. They can just de-res this. Like, we just don't have enough money to threaten anything. Like, we just don't have money for plays, right? Like, I install this, and they can just do run. There's a chance they might not. The thing is, they have to understand they have to run them in the right order. But, like, this they de-res. Let alone they could break it for 4, so we lose 1, and then we can't even fire snare. We have to click for another credit. It's just really bad, I think, spamming these out. I don't think it does anything. If we install double advance on the Atlas, that's probably one of the better things we do. But if we don't have a card that makes it so we can forfeit an agenda, there's even no real threat to the Junebug, right? They can just run Archives, let alone run R&D or HQ, draw 2 cards, and then run Junebug and take 4 damage. If Slot Machine turns meta, then the mono Windfall will turn top tier. Windfall shuffles your deck, actually, so it doesn't work. Puppy, it's unfortunate. Windfall shuffles your deck before it fires. Otherwise, it would be, like, very easy to play. Oh man, we got a good Netrunner game here. Yikes. The IP block would get interesting here, but I think if that happens, they just install the paperclip over the Amakua and then they're fine. Dreams crushed. Yeah. There would be actually a lot of like really easy ways to do windfall if it wasn't for that first clause. So we got cash, forger. That's 2-3. And we're losing a credit every turn. Fuck you, slot machine. And they're making more money than we are clicking for credits. Like basically our turn was gain 2 credits because of Amina. Amina will keep you down. Hostile off the top. That actually would be a really good draw. Giving a bad pub is super bad. Obviously, considering that they're trying to run off Amakua alone. But it gives us something cheap to forfeit. So we could consider getting an Oberth Atlas or something like this. With this, like you don't forfeit this, you know? We got power tap. Falsified. Double falsified. We can technically play around this. Amina first time a turn, so this technically is okay for us. Also same with Liza, so they're not going to be taking 2 tags. That's the second June bug. That's real bad. And we have 1 more June bug. Forger coming down. They can always pop this in a pinch if the Citadel doesn't go through. So this combination is insane. I don't think we can win. 2 link, mind you. IP block seems bad. Surveyor seems bad. Everything seems bad. I think we probably just concede. Like we only have 1 way to win, which is Junebug, Oberth, and them running it. And then because they can just falsify it too, right? They have 2 falsifieds. Yeah, exactly. Fuck this card. You see, they say slot machine is kind of helpful. We're telling them everything they're going to draw. That is so fucking good. They know what they top deck. That's really strong. So they're gonna run it again to be like, I don't want that one. Put it down. Okay, now I'll draw this one. It's like some ridiculous weird it's like a paragon. Falsified in hand, you can't do Junebug. Yeah, exactly. We can't do Junebug. And they're gonna falsify the snare. Like this is also trash play. I think we just concede. Do you mind if I respectfully flip the table? I like rolling them bones though. Falsified, power tap, harbinger. So I think 1 falsified went on the bottom. I don't think they drew it. So that's the first time we've got all 3 types. So this actually does nothing besides, well, no, it loses 3. So they can decide to fire that. It's technically cheaper to let that fire because instead of paying 4 and making us lose 1, they just lose 3. It looks like they're spiteful. I can respect that. We don't have a strong economy. And they are 2 agendas away from winning. Maybe they will deck themselves. Who knows? 14 cards left. And they can't rebirth. Falsified on the snare. Should just like snap pre-resed it. They guessed acid. Oh, I'm a cool counter. 5 credits. They know it's a snare. Absolutely waste of time. And that's the thing is like even if we jam an Atlas, they're like, it's an Atlas. I can run through this thing. I'll just run HQ. Then I'll Aesops. Or sorry, maybe they don't Maxwell James it, but they run it. I think we're gonna concede next turn. I don't think we have a chance. We had like 1 small window. Maybe we get to rush faster. Maybe we have to like install double advance, just like literally motion anything. Be funny if they see this and then they run HQ and they get hit by another snare. Ooh, surveyor, okay. That's a restricted card too. That's also a big deal because it knows that we're not on food. We can't win this. And power taps now we're definitely gonna lose. Jam both snares, they might check them both. Yeah, maybe. I guess that's technically an out we have now, but now we're gonna be flooding with agendas. And the thing is, even if we fire snare, it's not that good, right? Like they get a credit when they clear the tag, and we're just doing 3 damage to them. Like it doesn't mean we win. This just puts fewer cards in HQ. The cool thing about double snares in HQ is there's a chance that they legwork it and we kill them when it does 6 damage if they run with 3 cards at hand. Somehow, Eliza draws 5. Like that's technically better. I think we're just gonna concede though. Fuck it. Let's just see how this goes because it's interesting. But there's no way that we're still in this. And we know they buried one of their falsified, so this seems good. We should have drawn first for what it's worth too, because this is a lot worse than having another ice in here. Actually, no, we need 8 credits. Never mind. Which we're not gonna have. We can't even fire both these snares because we're gonna lose a credit to the mouse list. I think we Yomi snares. Now we don't have enough money because they break this. We lose the credit. So we're hoping that they actually Maxwell James this ice. I killed all the June bugs already? I don't think you have. Oh, you did. Oh, we don't have any June bugs. What's the catch? The catch is this? I didn't realize you got all three. Whoops. Yeah, they got all the June bugs. I didn't realize that. I thought we had one, which is our last really narrow out, but we weren't drawing, so it's going to take us like 3 years. Nothing. Can't get through Citadel. Okay, we'll try it again. This is obviously a really bad matchup. It has Citadel, it has Expose, it has a really strong economy. It has pretty good breakers to deal with some of our ice. Like they have one of the best breakers for Slot Machine, one of the best breakers for Mouseless, so whatever. Nope. Not with Forger out, you can't? No, yeah, if we take the tag. So we would need like Lizzie Mills in our deck to trash a location. Well, thanks for the game. We'll try this one again. This one seems interesting. But we did get pretty hard countered. That's definitely not an easy matchup to get through. You're probably wondering what the splash screen looks like. I know it's been a bit. That was a splash screen. Okay, we'll give this one another run. See how this goes. Do you like playing some Jemison? Well, one of them is the Alice. The other one is also the Alice. That's like a really good play, technically, right? Because there's never two agendas. That would be fucking nuts. All right. That's not going to be great either. Expose, built in. Bad for a trap deck. But also, same sort of criminal pro. This also might be Apocalypse. That's like generally the most common 419. So this is also going to be really difficult. This hand, we have Ice for HQ. We have no money. This card's only good with other support. We basically want to get a hostile early so we can turn on our Jemison ability or a standoff. Both of those exist in this deck. We definitely drew worse there. Yeah, we do mess worse there. The Sapper is actually kind of cool in R&D because Amaku is out of nowhere. Sometimes gets zapped. Best of luck. Have fun. We gotta pay credits for all this shit. Like, that's a problem. Like, everything we install face down needs to be hidden. And we just don't have a strong enough economy. This is also probably going to be pretty rough. That's so bad. So they can choose? Yes. Credit. Woo! How quickly can we get apocalypsed? We'll find out. So gamble into draw. Technically, you draw first. There's no reason to gamble before drawing. I don't think it's ever going to change, but... Hostile off the top. Damn, that's the card we wanted. Got an Alice. Can't score that. If we had a hostile, we could always like hostile to Oberth to Alice. Maybe we just go Value Town, Junebug, and it looks like an NGO front. We can't do it with this one because it's installed face up. We could also just like do Value Atlas. Oh, I forgot about this part. If this was an NGO front, we wouldn't have paid a credit. Oh man, this play is terrible. Andre, are you doing the Arkham Horror LCG or just the yellow sign for other reasons? Falsified. Fuck me. Yeah, we can't win this. I think we concede. I am. This was Carcosa we did a while ago though, so this is all we're on Forgotten Age. It's been pretty good. I think we concede. They have Expose. I don't know how we win. They probably have 3 Expose right here. They must be so confused right now. I don't think so. They just don't run it. Oh, we're going to pre-res this. Use Junebug to protect Oberth? Yeah, you can do that. So, oh. Maybe we don't need to concede. Maybe we don't have to. I've been doing Dunwich. I'm loving the game. Dunwich is really good. The whole game is really good. I guess. Want to see an SC 2019 Anarch? From where though? How's Omni? How's it going? Now you trick a light off the Junebug to score an Atlas. My deck, the thing that I was, oh, we lose this turn. They just grab this and we lose. We can't fire snare though. Edge cases. The version that I was playing was running Trickle Light. I think it's a really strong, but this is not a fast events deck. This is a kill deck. So here, they'll steal this. Oh, they hit the June bug. Nothing to see there. I've never played the Arkham Horror card, the like other game. Oh, they actually had double. Okay. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Whoa. Okay, this deck was actually kind of interesting. Wari, that's a fun one. And they have a tag. So if we top deck a card that's not in our deck, we win. Oh no, it's not in our deck. We can't. We still lose because we can't ice archives and we have no credits, so we can't threaten anything. So we're just gonna click for 2. Orbital, how do you have one though? Because I don't know if is it like legit. I don't want to spoil it for other people that they're waiting for tomorrow. It's a 2nd edition board game. It's very cool, but super stressful and crunchy. 3rd edition fixes a lot of those. The card game is so good, mind you. It does everything great. They just drew 3. Okay, cool. I guess that goes in archives. I don't care if they know what this is. Yeah, I'll pay 1. Whatever. Sad says a good give scoops. Vincent, what's up? Time to add the psychic fields. Yeah, these good counter tech actually. Psychic field into neural. That's how you kill an easy 419. Cinco, what's up? Maybe we can win if we draw a runner card. Best case. Holy shit, they're on Zamba. They got a spicy deck, new remote. So we can pay a credit. Or give them a credit. I won't give them a credit. Fuck off. It's ours. And now we're online. We can Oberth Atlas. We can Oberth Junebug. We can do a lot of cool stuff. Now we can, in theory, like Oberth into Cityworks Project, and maybe they don't see it coming, and then we do like 6 damage to them, and they died. It's legit. I'm RC's underling. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, okay, let's do it, Orbital. That's cool. Excuse me. There's also like a fair bit of people I don't know their handles that do Nisei. GPI net tap. Oh, we're having a fun deck today, huh? They're doing the Zamba GPI net tap. Maybe they're on also Rubicon Switch. I don't know. When make a run, bypass the first being encountered. So they're encountering ice, so they can expose it. So they see it's a sapper. So they can choose to jack out. No jack out, I take it. Yeah, totally. Holograph, how's it going? Just swept my SOCR 8 round. Hearts erasing. Netrunner's fun. What are you playing? So welcome. Glad you could win it. We have a 1 in 5 chance of losing here. And we lose. Good game. We're just at the point that we could consider doing something. When we can get down the Oberth on top of this. I got what's in hand there. Wasn't gonna be great. But we did have a small chance. Like if they didn't hit this and they had to not hit the Oberth too, Atlas would probably be okay. Is that we could jam the Oberth on top of this Junebug and install this next turn, install the Cityworks on advance. And if they run it, we can like res the Oberth and then forfeit this agenda to put 2 counters on and maybe they die. Outside of spearfishing for next turn. 419 kind of works. Yeah, I don't think the spearfishing would do anything. We were just gonna go for the trap kill. Thanks for the game. Short and sweet. Yeah, right. Let's not play this deck again. Or maybe it's probably fun if we don't play into criminal, but let's see what the lobby looks like. Lobby's a lot of criminal right now. This is our game. Private, criminal. Not above curve, but okay. Asmari and Kenny Tenma. Man, I kind of want to play Kenny Tenma with crowdfunding. Orbital, you want to throw a list? We'll look at it. We got some time right now. Also, Mark, advance the res Junebug more. I'll be so confused that you throw them off their game. Is that what you're doing, Holograph? Are you playing Tenma? Oh, I see what this is. I think we're playing against a SOCR deck here. So we're gonna play one of our SOCR decks. This is this is a System Core runner. It's a System Core Anarch. So we're gonna play System Core against that. I'm gonna play our Wayland because that's probably the best deck I built. I think it's the one I spent most time on. Let's check this out. Okay, we got these buttons to play, so maybe we'll use those. Let's do this. My motto when I play on Jiteki.net. I gotta open this GIF in private. Oh, that's not private. Fuck me. You're living up here? Gotta live down here in the impulse zone. That's great. Alright, Rain is back. No surprise there. Let's hit those buttons. Didn't know this was happening. This is really cool. Hand is kind of trash. We got money. We got ice. Reyna's ability is a bit relevant against Blue Sun, makes Blue Sun a bit less good, but we definitely want to ice HQ. Ideally, we want to like high roll into big ice and oversight AI. That would be the best. We haven't seen that happen yet, so we're gonna go high roll that. Close enough. Studis? What? Yay, Reyna. It's back. To the future, Andre. I don't know if it's back or not. Reyna is not back. It's back has to be a card that rotated. Thanks, you too. Okay, this hand's pretty good. Let's top deck a big ice. Holy fuck, we did it. That was the thing I was hoping yesterday. We don't pay an additional cost? No, it's because this is the res cost, and this is res and no cost. Take that, fucking Reyna. Oh, I meant to hedge fund first. I'm an idiot. I got carried away. That's my bad. What's the chance David is in the revised core or the system core? I thought I had that down by now. Yikes. That's fine. Hedge first, jogging. Too late, man. I got way too excited about this sort of thing. It's fine. This is fine. Undo clicks. It's fine. We've committed. We'll just play a next turn when we bounce this thing. I don't think it's a big deal. We don't even have to bounce it. Like, if they're playing Corroder, that's a really big deal. Ice with high strength that have many subroutines is really good in a world without Paperclip, because Paperclip doesn't care about subroutines. Paperclip breaks us for 6. Corroder breaks us for 7. We win. Take that, you damn runner. Get a job and stop being a menace. Dirty Laundry Archives value. Eric says noob with a very creative spelling. It's fine. Data rotates. How are Anarchs doing? Fine. Oh, fuck me. Don't you dare. No. Don't do it. We could have iced it up with Enigma, but we couldn't have rezzed it. We'd have to hedge fund ice it. Oh, we should have hedge fund ice it. What was the chance they had Corroder and fucking Econ? Now the hedge fund feels so bad. Now the hedge fund is so bad. If they steal his paper trail, I'm rage quitting. Paperclip is still here as far as we know. Yeah, it's not in the system core. Oh, I hate myself so much. Oh god, please stop drawing agendas. Oh, this is the worst. They know we've punitive though. Maybe they'll slow down. Oh, come on. They're using your icon to easy mark face. Yeah, it's a good one. All right, they have respect. Caduceus is good. Mind you, Reyna has a Link. So far, it's the only runner we've seen with Link in the revised core. That being said, we've only seen 3 runners. Or I have at least. Orbital knows it all. I think we could just score this. It makes the Caduceus even more worse, but like, they can always just get through this. We're on the board. Oh my god, we got wrecked. Freaking jobless bums. They're gonna get to work heavily though. There's a lot of jobs. They're definitely playing Armitage. And we haven't seen anything spicy just yet, so we'll get ready with those buttons. They're just clinking for credits, mind you. Femme Fatale, definitely. I would not be surprised if Retrieval Run is still around. Maybe Icing Archives seems good. Hunter on Archives, again, they have Bad Pub and a Link. This card is a bit hot trash, but we can always draw and double install. Archer is less than hot trash. Archer is how we score out. We'll set that up next turn. We'll just make sure they can't ret run us, even though they can definitely ret run through this. It looks like they can't, and that's what's most important. Even though, again, Orbital does know the card list, I don't think there's any punishing code gates besides things that do small net damage. And, like, Toll Booth. And Victor, I guess. I think that's it. I don't think there's any scary face checks. Gamble, back up to 9. I want to get value out of this. We'll set it up. So next turn we'll Archer. We can hedge fund. Hopefully we double ice it so we don't lose. Mind you, Earthrise Hotel. Well, we'll just play this. From the future. That's in a revised core. That's really exciting. And that's a location. We do have Elizabeth Mills in this deck, which is pretty cool. We could just like double hedge fund to scare them. Mind you, we have to pay an extra credit on our ice, which is kind of a lot. That makes a lot of times Reyna doesn't want to run multiple servers or multiple because they want to get the value per turn. It's a bit different with Blue Sun that can refund that value. And I actually don't know what we would put Crisium Grid on. We probably should have drawn, but I'm not drawing last click. Wonder if Underworld Context is still around in core. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. What Link cards did we see in the revised core? It was like that neutral one, Dyson Memchip. So that would have to be in 2, right? Chrome Cap, Crisium on Archives. That's actually pretty cool for a retrieval run. That's not bad. It's probably some of the best we could have. And Force of Nature is their decoder. Good luck with that, my friend. And we do have an Ice Carver, which does help a fair bit. We know Mimic is in it. It also does help with Croter, just like any other breaker. And that's a static. I think static into Archer, we can just go ahead and jam this. It's not going to do anything, but it's an agenda, and you need those to win the game. Force of Nature is so terrible. Yeah, but it is... It's meant. I like every faction actually has something they're bad at. Criminals, Damara is probably the worst fractor. Force of Nature is the worst decoder. I'm assuming that Shaper's probably still on pipeline. There's no way they got Nanotech. You're hoping for Cradle. I think Cradle is a cool card too, but it's again, I guess you need some support cards for that. It's really hard to play that with like Earthrise Hotel and other things. And you need like, it's good with Ice Carver and Data Sucker, but yeah, still a cool card, still around. Xanadu is back. Imp is still in. Hey, that's cool. People asked about that. That's actually really strong against Punitive Counter-Strike. Not only can they imp the Punitive, they can run the remote and just trash whatever we have in it. We have an Atlas. This doesn't keep him out, which I'm really scared about. This does nothing. I still think we're going to do it, though. We could wait for a caddy. This trashes jobs and connections. They have a link, mind you, but these are all virtual, besides the ritzy location of the hotel. And they probably pressure Centrals now, and they probably trace the Caduceus. Oh, they actually only have 2 credits, so maybe not. Caduceus is such a fun ice. Really bad with Mimic around, but early game, it is an ice you res a lot of times for free. Here we go, 4 credits for the res. So we got 2 traces here. Actually, Fem deals with it well with Carver. So this trace actually we really want to get through. So if we spend 2 credits here, we ensure that we gain 3 credits. That seems pretty good. And the imp is actually really strong. So I'm going to go ahead and trace out of this one too. It's only 2 though. So they can basically spend a credit for an axis if we don't boost, which seems bad. We can make it so that keeps it out. They could always run again, but then we have this resed and the trace 3 is pretty bad. So that's actually pretty expensive, right? So we paid 4 for res. We got 1 back and we spent another 2. Not amazing. So drawing like crazy for 3-pointers and punitives. Yeah, that's an option we have. They do have a big hand size though, and there's not 3 punitives in this deck or in the system core. I don't know if I've showed the full deck list yesterday. Maybe I didn't, so maybe that's news, but there's not 3 punitives. Throwing out some cards, clicking for credits. The pressure's on. Second Croter in the bin, and that's a scrubber. Nothing new so far. Eli, by the way, if you haven't seen yesterday, that's bad. Eli, the creators will be so happy. Or they'll be angry, actually. This Enigma is actually looking pretty good here. Force of Nature deals with it poorly. I think we want to ice up HQ, but I think we want a bit more credits. If that Archer fires is also really good. Is the Caduceus now going to give you back 4 credits? No, this is only the res cost of the first dice resed. So this wasn't res this turn, so its res cost is only 3. Because this bounces on our turn, not theirs. What the fuck? What? It's Patchwork? Are you serious? Holy shit, that's wild. That is fucking wild. What? That? There's no way Max is the other runner. What is this? What? That's really cool in the limited format where like card draw isn't good. Holy shit. That's baller. That's real cool. Do we want to score an Atlas? I guess so. Holy shit. Patchwork and Procon Core. That's an engine. You're right, Dumb Brick. Just don't get milled. The other runner is Quetzal. We know that for sure. So if it's not Max, then that's still pretty cool. No bin breakers though. Well, not in this format. The thing is like the system core is still good outside. I guess Rain and Reverie was anyways. But yeah, no bin breakers. Looks like we're patchworking, throwing out the Data Sucker to get the Mimic down. I'm glad we had the Eli here. I think we might actually want to get a counter in Atlas because that seems real good. It lets us get our second punitive, which is a way that we win the game. We could bounce this actually. It could cost them 1 credit to get through. With the bad pub, but they're going to use the bad pub on Eli. I think we'll leave it. Oh shit, that's way better than the Atlas. That's way better than the Atlas. It's game point though. We'll take it. And their econ is really floundering. They played literally no economy cards beside these two. Like no liberated. We've seen no liberated, no proco, no caddy, no armitage. Their economy has been real bad. That makes me suspect Mind's Eye for full R&R consoles and R&D interface energy. I think R&D interface with Mind's Eye. Mind you, that's actually really important. That's a really strong combination, but that might be a bit too slow. We'll res this for 4. We can always bounce it. We want this oak down, mind you. You think Eli 1 is still playable compared to IP block? Yeah. Totally. Yeah. IP block I don't think is a great card. Like you pay 2 credits to get through it a lot of runners. Eli's 2 clicks or 4. Sometimes even 3. Yo, Warlander, how's it going? Welcome back. How you doing? In standard, that is. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I think it's easier to trace through IP block than this. It depends on like whether or not you have AI hate. Like that's the biggest deal for sure. They might imp that archer. I don't think they can deal with archer easily with mimic. That's an interesting question. I still think it's super good. Okay, so we can bounce the caduceus and then we'll have 4 credits. We need 5 credits for this, and then we can just kind of jam it behind. I think we're going to go for the win here. They're at 0 points, which is really good for us. Holy shit, patchwork. That's wild. Blue Sun, Value Town. We even have an Ash on top of it. So this threatens the win next turn. We need 5 credits for this. Oh, actually, 6 credits. I forgot about Xanadu. So the Ash really doesn't matter. Let's see if they can get through an archer. Doing great. Just scored the last of my collection through the sale over at Miniature Market, I'm assuming. Cool. What were you missing? How hard is it to find stuff, actually? I don't know, obviously, because I haven't been shopping. Oh, mind you, this was an econ card. Where's your money at? I hope they run it, considering they just imped an archer. Oh, that being said, if we res the archer, we don't win. So that was a bit preemptive. Excuse me. Buried. Yeah, never mind. So we don't win, obviously. If we res the archer, we have to forfeit an agenda. And then we have to win off of our 1 public support or a 2nd hostile. Or just another agenda behind an archer, which seems pretty good considering they have no data suckers. And they need those with Mimic. And Blue Sun's pretty good at defending all their central servers. Maybe they have other tricks, I don't know. Maybe they are on inside job, which actually would be an issue. How many Oaktowns do you have? Just 1. That's a 1 of. Every faction, actually that's not true. Maybe every faction has a spicy 1 of. No, NBN doesn't. We saw the full NBN Ice Suite yesterday. Jinteki has a Philotic, which is their spicy 1 of. You have to run this. There's no way you don't. They didn't run this. Okay, well, that makes it so much easier for us. Maybe they're just trying to show us new cards. HQ interface, we saw that yesterday. That's a good card. Retrieval run, we called that. Makes a lot of sense with Fem. Another Force of Nature and another Fem. So they were counting on that retrieval run. I'm glad we kept them out. That being said, Fem is pretty bad against Blue Sun. GG. If you ran it, you'd buy yourself more time. It's archered. Yeah, they should have ran that. They'd lose some of their board state, but like, they wouldn't have lost the game. Whew. I'm going to show the deck. I don't think there's any surprises. I'm pretty sure we showed this yesterday, but I did respect the 1 of, so we're looking at like 2 ashes. We got 1 sea source, 1. There was more than that in the core though, but we have 1 of each because of influence constraints, and then we have 2 toll booths. 1 Wall of Thorns, that would be a good early thing, and then the Agenda Suite, I think we know what it is. And then there's a lot of assets that I didn't put into any of my decks. I think the most asset heavy deck was definitely Spark. But yeah, there's some stuff there. Right on the bottom of the money. Still a lot of money in our deck, which is cool. And Ash is a hell of a card. Sure, they can imp it, but like, you can get through it. Want to do 1 more? 6 draws for dollars. Yeah, man, they had no money. That was obviously a huge issue. And their breakers are pretty expensive on install if they can't rat run them. Luckily, they could retrieval run them. It's just a hunter. You can host. Okay. We'll see some more Anarch. So we didn't see anything too splashy besides fucking Patchwork, which is wild. But a lot of cool things still there. Like Xanadu is still there. It's great. Ice Carver there is still a big thing, especially because Mimic is still around, which maybe some people thought it wouldn't be. What else we got? Imp is a really big deal. That's always a really fun card. Stuff is disappearing fast online. The expansions are going for $100 plus Canadian now. Like the big ones, or Oh, they did the accent and everything. Check that out. That's not easy to do. I had to finish off Katara and Red Sands along with a few miscellaneous data packs. All right. Opening hand. That's actually pretty good. If we hit them early with the toll booth, it's a pretty hard hit. We have enough money to back it off. We also do have the Maryland bounce over and over again, which is pretty good. We definitely want to keep this. And we saw no R&D pressure. I'm sure they have it. We didn't see a lot of influence. I'm assuming Maker's Eye. Maybe even RDI. It seemed like most decks would play it. Oh, we're doing it again. I learned. Did you see that? You see this time I learned? Oh, we have the dream again. Blue Sun. Back. Overset AI. It's back. Let's go. Thanks. Dude. Still haven't seen a David if it's there. Toll booth is much harder. It's expensive breaking toll booth with the force of nature. Yeah. And if they fem this one, they doesn't break it, so it's still fine. This is also really strong against fem. Blue Sun is generally because we just balance it. There's actually a big chance that we leave the toll booth. Opening patchwork. So good. Play dirty laundry for free. Free dirty laundry. Let's go. For some money. What's the format? Bassoon, how's it going? This is a single copy of the System Core 2019. Orbital works on Nisei, and I had the decks from yesterday. I think, do we bounce it? No, we don't need to. Yeah, so it's just that. It's back. You're right, jogging. Yeah, this is a really good piece of ice. We might want to bounce it for remote, but like if we draw agendas right now, it's pretty bad. Oh, that's actually really good. This sets up another econ engine. One card in hand. We'll play around imp, you know? Man, those cards are so ugly. I can't believe it allowed me to do that. We'll res this, gain 2. We don't need to bounce it. It's not really going anywhere. Arch is pretty good. I think we could draw here. If we draw an agenda, it's kind of rough. We got Lizzie Mills. That's actually pretty cool. If we trash her though, it's not good because we gave bad pub, but we can get rid of our hostile bad pub, which is good. Drawing at that point was actually a bit risky because if we draw an agenda, we can't really do much with it. Also, Bassoon, hello. Hey, Terrence, what's up? No chance of D4? I don't know yet. We haven't seen it. I think they were definitely playing Ice Carver, and Ice Carver D4 might be a counter synergy, so maybe even if it is there, they didn't put it in their deck. I doubt it, though, considering they're also playing Force of Nature, but I don't know yet. We haven't seen it. I think if they have David in their hand, they would have snap installed it to get through this. Liberated accounts again. Also, it's back. Okay, so Ash is pretty good. If we draw an agenda, we can jam it. I think the Maryland campaign, if we draw an agenda, we jam it. I think we'll bounce the Maryland. So we'll take 2 off of it manually and then just bounce it to hand because the ordering doesn't work on Jit yet. Yeah, okay, just in time. Interestingly enough, Pry Wrecking and Archer is super strong. I think we can just go for this. The thing is, like, we have nothing good to res with it. Like, we res a Hortum for free. I'd rather res an Archer for free, so we can slow roll this thing. It'll definitely still look like a... Like, this turn, it'll still look like a... The Maryland bounce. And if we slow roll then res an Archer, that's probably better than resing the toll booth. We also maybe don't want to... I don't know how they break this. Like, maybe we don't want to wait too long. Then they also really bad thing about, like... Pry wrecking the archers, they know what to fem. Contract killer. That's a way to deal with Caddy. Mind you, we can also just trash the Ithrice Hotel, which actually seems kind of cool. Yeah, let's do it, right? Let's do it. Bounce Boothstone, you need the money? Yeah, maybe. Fuck your Earthrise. We'll bounce it next turn, so then we can do advance, and put the toll booth down. That's really good. There's not a lot of card draw. Looks like Wildside isn't around from what we've seen, so it's a lot of Earthrise. Maybe they're on Proco, but I'll take a bad pub for that. We have no way to recur this, though, so they'll have a bad pub for the whole game, which definitely does add up. But their breakers seem really bad against ours anyways, so not that big of a deal. This does look like a paper trail, so maybe they will play around it. Ooh, Crypsis is back. He's back. With 1 counter. They're going to make a run for this remote. Oh, they're stim hacking the remote. That's fine, though, I think. Camera's the archer. Canra's the Hortum. They can break it. This isn't over advanced. We pay 4 for this. They actually pay a lot. They pay 4. They were hoping we couldn't res both of them. Crypsis never left, no. But it's really important that they have a neutral card like this. And we can res the Ash. We have to boost into it, so then we'll balance the toll booth next turn. We obviously don't want them to steal this. Let's take a virus counter off of that. And we'll res this. And they have 4 credits. So the Ash is definitely getting trashed for free. And I think we have to spend a lot of money onto this, which sucks. We can recover, though. We're good at recovering. Oh, we spent 5 for this, not 4, excuse me. So they have 10. Oh, fuck me. Spend all our money? Oofa doofa. Worth it. Exact credits. We can still bounce this, though. Put it back. There goes the Ash. We'll take the 8. Unfortunately, we can't play this, but you can get us into a new remote. They can get into this, though, right? Yeah, this is rough. I think we might lose it. If they have like a, they can always like click this to get to 6 to get through this. Like, yeah, we definitely lose this. That's real bad. Oh, maybe not, because they need a Crypsis and then liberate it. I guess they could still like go and lose their breaker. We didn't res this though. If this was anything else besides an archer, oh wow, okay, that's value. Triple advancing the Horde may have worked. Yeah, it definitely could have. We have enough money here. Closed accounts. Oh man, this is the first time we scored a Pyrrhec. So what's better, the archer or the toll booth? This gets femmed. This is more money. I think we need more money than anything else. They could have got that. I'll take the money. Did it. This is pretty good, but I don't know how we're gonna res this anytime soon, and we need some defense here. Would have opened R&D then. Yeah, it's not great. That being said, they were on 2 credits, right? And like just running R&D over and over again can't be fantastic. So this basically gave us 8 points, 8 credits when we scored it. Take that SSL. Which means we could bounce the IPO up. That's pretty good. And there's another Earthrise. We're real spiteful. Net jogging, yelling archer. It's too late. But it might be worth the Pyrrhec, the toll booth. Yeah, totally. I think we're bouncing this, not that. We also just bounce this to put that back in there. Oh, actually, if we bounce this, we get 8 credits, so we can IPO. I like that. So we'll take 2 off of this, then bounce it. So we're at 8. Okay, cool. We got another archer. So we want to draw. Spiderweb on HQ is fine. I'm just worried about Imp when that comes down. So I think we definitely, we just put this into server 1 and then IPO up. We could also just Spiderweb HQ, which is fine. No rush for the IPO because there's nothing we're going to res that isn't going to be like immediately credit neutral unless we res the Spiderweb, which we a lot of times don't need to. How many times do you use a patchwork? Oh, fuck. Queen's Gambit. It's back. That rotated. Oh, shit. That's super cool. That's a really fun card. Man, if we jammed an agenda, let alone the contract killer. Also, Cyber Feeder's still back. That's super cool. I like this card. Queen's Gambit actually saw it play in like World's Winning Deck lists. It's a double for 6 from 0. That's really powerful. It also is like the kind of card that punishes NGO front and other cards that see a lot of play in the meta. That's really cool. You should have 2 more credits. You didn't get bounce money. Did I not? I think I did. Yeah, I used 2 credits to gain a Maverick to Resmar. No, we did. I think we got it. Cake, how's it going? What is that scored agenda? That is a priority requisition. That's the art from the revised core set. When we score it, we get a Resonice, ignoring all costs. Too bad my only copy of Queen's Gambit is a misprinted version. It costs you 3 credits at play. Crypsis, getting a token on it. They might want to go for a poke. Throwing out the Ice Carver. Ice Carver does good work with Crypsis. So does Data Sucker. Purging also seems pretty good right now. We'll res this. Could consider pre-resing it. It plays around Queen's Gambit in the future. And they do have a Maker's Eye, which they did throw out. I didn't realize. Where do they want to put the pressure on? If they threw the Maker's Eye out, they might have another in hand. Thing is, if we install over these, we can't IPO because it costs us a credit. We have a paper trail, which probably is the next thing we're going to try and score. Don't want to res that archer. Archer would be real bad. I think we want to put something on archive so we don't get retrieval run, which might happen soon. They don't have anything set up for it besides, I don't know, sometimes you have to retrieval run a Crota in a pinch. Putting this on archives doesn't feel good, but we can always bounce it. Feels good. They should rotate Cyber Feeder art again so it's facing up. What do you mean? This is right, no? Did they goof it at some point? Queen's Gambit was before my time, but that's pretty cool. I'm intrigued. It's a fun card, right? Like, it's a high risk, high reward card. There's Caddy Jones. Let's go get the paper trail down. We also could just Conjure Killer it. Hitman 2, mind you. That's been my game this week. I'm really excited to get in at. I think we're just going to Hitman her. We're going to Agent 47 her. From the distance. This guy has a bit too much hair to be Agent 47, but maybe that's what the features looks like. How do we do this? I think we just install double advance. Or install and don't, and then next turn we double advance kill. The spiderweb's still holding up. They flipped Cyber Feeder between the original course and revised. Oh, left to right. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. That's true. Do we bounce this? Yeah. And we'll take 2 credits off of it first. We have C-Source closed accounts, which is pretty good as much as they have Link. So if they run this, they're fucked anyways. I do like the sounds of that. Imp is really bad for Maryland if we leave it naked, so we're not going to do that anymore. And hopefully we don't lose one of these combo pieces to Imp. Have you ever considered streaming video games too? Helios, that's a really cool question. I definitely have. Don't forget they can Patrick the Ret Run. Oh, thanks for pointing that out, Terrence. That's totally true. I totally have. I'm in this weird situation, right? Like, well, I'll definitely be interested in streaming more stuff because I do like streaming, but I don't know. I don't want to do it on this channel. Because it just would probably be annoying for a lot of people, and it's like I don't want to see you play whatever. This is technically not a video game, but yeah, I have interest. I'd make another channel if I wanted to do it, but I also do like just sometimes, a lot of times, just playing video games on my own. You know, that's obviously still fun. Hit the close accounts. I definitely imp that. We can never recur that. We can still do C-Source into Kill Caddy, which is great. Would you watch if I stream video games? Is that what you're saying? This is not my beautiful house. Yeah, Caddy's gonna get we're gonna kill her. Unfortunately, she's gonna get shot. That's fine. She's angered some people. Croter's coming out. Okay, so that's 2 credits to get into HQ with Imp, which is pretty scary. How did I get here? Stream some Arkham LCG. That's actually really interesting to do, but it's kind of hard. My play group, for what it's worth, I think Eric might still be in Twitch chat. We kind of yell at each other a lot. It's not as friendly as it could be, unfortunately. Man, getting an Archer to fire here might be worth forfeiting this, but that's also maybe crazy talk. But I need to set that up. Like, I need more cameras. I need more space. This room is actually pretty small. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do it. Trash connection. 2B damage also is like interesting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was a terrible accident. Oh, man. Eric says, hey, don't draw the tentacle or I will kill you. Oh, man. We yell at each other a bit. Would watch it. Oh, super cool, Tataki. I would, yeah, stream some Hitman 2. Yo, that's really cool. I would have to make a new channel, though. I'm not going to do it on this one. I don't feel great about that. God, death. Also, Syncopate, not a video game. I'm out. Oh, man. Using Tabletop Simulator, Octagon, or Lackey CCG. That's totally possible, but like I would only want to do that in person. I don't think I'd ever want to play Arkham in a digital form just because the physicality of it is so fun. What we were doing for the last one is we did it at my place, and I put on like you can find ambient soundtracks on YouTube, and it was like some ambient it was like labeled for Arkham Horror LCG, and I don't want to spoil it. Oh, they're gonna imp that, huh? I don't want to spoil it, but we got to a part where it got like terrifying, like something horrible happened, and it got so scary. And I just put on ABBA Best of Hits while everything was like falling apart. It was like I felt great about it. It felt really funny. ABBA music, man, it's good. Been listening to a lot of ABBA, or even Two-Handed Solo. Man, Two-Handed doesn't do it for me either. I don't know. Okay, so they have Data Sucker. The magic number is 3. With 3 Data Sucker tokens, they can get through Archer. Let's draw a hostile. Do we bounce this for Toll Booth? It'd actually probably be worth it. Yeah, let's get that money back. Oh. Huh. They can get through this. I just don't want to forfeit this. That seems really bad. Man, losing the closed accounts is so bad. Like, we would do closed accounts, C-Source closed accounts, Jam Atlas. Like, such a good play. The thing is, like, we had influence constraints where I wanted to put in more big ice in this deck because of Overset AI. Maybe that was a bit too much, and I could have just done more C-Source. Like, a toll booth is a C-Source. Like, and a closed accounts instead of a, what's it called? Wall of Thorns, which is not great. Wall of Thorns is actually 5 to break with Crota, which is nice. But yeah, I had to make some concessions because there wasn't a lot of big ice in Wayland. I think it's one Hadrian's Wall, so that's kind of it. I would 100% watch you play games. I'm interested to see what you usually play. Also, you're part of the gaming industry, but you'll give well thought out strategies and opinions on game mechanics. Oh, that's a really cool thing to say, Kurtz. That might be accurate too. But yeah, man, fucking Hitman's really good. I'll be honest. I do play also Black Ops, but that's not really fun to watch. Patchwork to trash dirty laundry to install liberated accounts. So throwing out some money for money, but it's hard to play laundry against this for sure. Tentacle grid. That's probably something else already on the internet. Let's top deck an Ash. Dead Ash. Oh, Eli's good too. Eli's actually pretty great. That's not a connection or a job. So Paper Trail won't do anything. But still, like, we need to draw something. We need to draw the last hostile. Or any hostile. There are no hostiles here. These are really good where they are. This archer here sucks. They're putting on no central pressure, which is kind of wild. Ooh, I don't want to pay that much money to put this on the remote. Oh, man, 2 agendas in HQ feels real bad. I have my Google Home play spooky music while I play AHLCG with my wife for the spooky noises. It actually adds up a bit. Like, spooky music, I can do spooky lighting here too. We can do thunder. Oh, there are 19 credits. That's not great. It's actually pretty big. Actually made a pretty good Spotify playlist for Arkham. It's called Cuts from the Clover Club. Oh, that's super cool. I don't have Spotify, but I think I can still access that, right? Oh shit, that's a good one. That's a really good one because it gives us Archer fuel. This is public support, which is from the future. Wonder who's becoming a Fortnite streamer. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at Fortnite. If you get an Alice counter, you could threaten cards that you don't even have off C-Source. Yeah, they could. They don't know what's in our deck. Oh, MU issue. They're throwing out the imp. That makes sense. And now they can break. What is it? Holy shit. So if they don't use Data Sucker, it's 12 credits to get through a toll booth. And they're not running it. We could have gotten an Alice. God damn it. Crisium Grid, where do we want that? It turns off Data Sucker, which is great. If it faints as an Ash on the server, which is kind of good, and they need to deal with this in a couple turns. I don't know what other successful run of X they could possibly have. I know they're on Maker's Eye for sure. I don't think they're same old thing. So I don't know where to put this. Is there any ice destruction? Is there cutlery? I think we would have seen it by now. Don't know where to put it. Probably HQ. That's where agendas are going to be. I'd like to protect that. We can always res this and bounce it too, which is really cool. Oh, this is one res card. Yeah, that's really important to know. So you can res this and bounce it if you need to get it somewhere else. Doesn't it also turn off ret run? It does, but like I don't know what they ret run. Because what are they going to do? Ret run fem? And if they ret run fem, we just bounce the ice they fem. It's not even that good. They already have their mimic down. So I don't care about that. I'd rather make it look like we have an Ash or like a product placement here. Install R&D interface. That's scary. Luckily, we did put a toll booth there. Nothing to see. I don't think they want the scrubber in this matchup. And once we get a sub, we have Archer up. So basically then we purge. We get ice up on every server. This is the liability because they get through this for 1 credit. And then we push. And I did not see Cyberdeck's Fire Suite. I don't know if there's any virus hate. I don't think I saw any virus hate. Fuck! The one turn we're like, oh, we threw 1 out. This will be fine. There's a lot of agendas in the deck. We don't have a punitive. This is really bad. Oh, we could have just put it there. Then they wouldn't have done this. But like, they're gonna see 4 cards here. There's a chance we straight up lose. Yikes. How much money are they paying for this? So they lose 3 on the front. Data Sucker saves 4. So that's another 4 plus another 1. Oh shit. Oh, this is really bad. Yeah, we definitely want to put that there. We saw one, and we're like, well, I guess we didn't see a lot of influence. We probably should have seen another one coming. Please don't steal a hostile. Game's gonna go on for a while. We have no draw effect. Now this is good here. We have an Enigma, which also cost them without Data Sucker like a fair bit. I think we actually just want to put this on archives because it is like a lot of credits. And hopefully we get this next turn. Also, for what it's worth, there's definitely D-res cards. We saw emergency shutdown, stuff like that in the criminal deck. And Reina Roja does pair really well with emergency shutdown because she increases the res cost of things. It's really good against Blue Sun. It's really good against Archer. So the Criticism Grid on HQ actually has some value, even if it doesn't look like it's good. We got an extra agenda point. We are technically on game point. Very technically. What's the chance that we just value purge here? I want to do this because we'll purge next turn and then jam. Oh, whoa, that was wrong. Can I undo 2 clicks? Because this way they have to like blindly fem the right card. And we got one caddy out. That was cool, but where's their money? And how many Ice Carvers have we seen? This is generally Ice Carver's a unique card. So there's probably only one. And they threw it out. Ooh, special order too. This is not an agenda, they know that. We're just gonna go ahead and give that the purge. The value purge. Now they could all these Crypsis through an Archer. That's technically true. We got triple advance this, and then they just force a nature it for 300 credits. What do they got? So they need a Crypsis through the Archer. I'll give him a paper trail. We'll keep the Atlas. Nothing really bounce here. Oh, Maryland's good. We could double advance it. I think we don't need the hedge fund. We'll play the hedge fund. They might go HQ and then like run this, and if we res the emergency shutdown and run it, so we'll res the Crazium if they fight this thing. Maybe even they install an Armitage. We haven't seen any Armitages. Is there money in their deck? Because they're running out of money and they're not able to patchwork every turn because they just don't have good enough draw. That being said, they threw out a Fem to play patchwork, to patchwork a gamble. That's good. Gets in the bin so they can retrieval run it if they need be. And maybe we actually want Crisium Grid on here. But again, Fem's not that good against Blue Sun. Maybe good against Archer. Why Paper Trail instead of Atlas? Because they can get into this remote server, and I'd rather them get that one than the Atlas, because they could get it. They could run and get it. They have enough money. They just pump Crypsis and run. Yeah, you see? Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have rezzed that. The Archer's actually going to fire. Holy shit, the Archer's going to fire. This is really, 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 really good. The thing is, if you're right, if we score this, we just pull the hostile and we win. So maybe that was wrong. Okay. Oh no, because we forfeit that, so never mind. So that's good. Yeah, they just trashed the Crypsis, which can't be right. So we get trash 2 things. Let's see what's in their heap first. So they threw out 1 paperclip, so they probably have 3. They threw out 1 mimic. They have Fems though, so that's not particularly great. They say that's a game. Oh, that's pretty bad. So we're gonna trash the mimic. It doesn't matter actually, because never mind. Force of Nature. Yeah, definitely Force of Nature. They say that's game. That's probably true. And we'll throw out. You think? I don't know. Crypsis. They probably don't have another Crypsis. Have you ever tried Patchwork? The game? Yeah, it's great. I feel like I've optimized a pretty simple strategy that's pretty effective, and it's not fun anymore. Shit. I've only played it a couple times casually. Seemed pretty fun. I know they're having a new one where you like draw on the tiles or something interesting. Woof. Yeah, that might just be game because I think they only have 2 of each breaker, which is gonna be a problem because 2 Croters are in the bin, 2 Fawns are in the bin. Oops, whoops. Yeah, that's likely it. So it looks like they installed the imp just so that they could have a way of like trashing a card here so they don't have to like get punitive. That's my imagination. That's what I'm assuming because we did have the credit lead. We can bounce this. Thanks for the game. But with the Crypsis, they can always safely get through that. So I think that's wrong. You know, there's 2 archers always in every Wayland deck in this format. I'd assume so. It's a bit worse than Blue Sun, but it's still like a hell of a nice. Hey, thanks for showing some stuff. But yeah, Archer hits hard. Always has in the core set. Always has in the revised core set. Will in system core as well. Cheers. It's only 11 o'clock right now, but I think I'm gonna call it there. We did stream for many hours yesterday as well. I am going off to see my sister this weekend, so I gotta pack because I'm leaving from work tomorrow. So I'm gonna go do that. Gonna clean out the fridge, make sure everything else is clean. They only had Deja Vu. Yeah, them conceding also largely means that Deja Vu isn't coming back for what it's worth. Otherwise, they could have got it back. We know there's retrieval runs, but we double ice archive, so they're probably not counting on it. But like the fuck, Patchwork is wild. And Queen's Gambit, that's coming back, you know? That's largely it. Again, if you didn't watch the thing yesterday, check it out. It was a really cool thing. Also, check it out on Dan's side, because it's actually not that hard. What you can do, and I maybe can get a time for this, is open up 2 browsers. And you want to basically go frame by frame from YouTube and find the frame where like JNet opens a lobby, and then just like sync them up there and just hit play, and you can see both sides of the game. And that might actually be pretty cool. Oh, you gotta play It's Back. It's back from the future. Anyways, check that out. Also, totally, of course, tomorrow is going to be the announcement of the revised core set. I keep saying that, man. The system core, which will be around tomorrow, so that's a real big deal. Check that out. It'll be posted on, I think it's nisei.net. It'll be on StimHack. It'll also be on r/Netrunner, no doubts. They're going to be announcing also a new most wanted list, and there might be some news about rotation, because they have to figure out about what the rotation of the cycles and stuff like that. Thanks for the stream. I DM'd you the Spotify link if you ever want to throw it during your Arkham sessions. Oh, super cool. Thanks, Helios. T3. I'm an Andre fan, but you know his early stuff before he went all corporate. From this point on, it's only pop music, and like really bad pop music, so... It seems to be the first part of the melody of Take My Breath Away, which has been in my head since last night. Now I know why. Oh man, great. I've had ABBA stuck in my head, but I did that to myself. Yeah, I think that's largely it for news. We'll be back here next week. Have fun. I think in Montreal we're trying to organize a revised core set event. Also, there was some confusion. Somebody made a post on Reddit saying that it seemed like in the rules of Nisei, any card that was printed from something like Make Playing Cards, is that what it's called? Okay, so give me 1 second actually to talk about this because it's cool. So this website, Make Playing Cards, is used by a lot of artists to make custom alt art cards. You can send them PDFs and you organize it, and they'll print you a stack of cards. If you do like 300 GSM, I think is what it's called. It's like a pretty high quality. You can't tell the difference between it and Netrunner cards. You can send basically them here, and it's actually pretty cost effective. If you live in America, I don't, but even the shipping here is pretty good. But it's actually pretty cost effective if you go in bulk. If you don't have a lot of people in the local meta that are interested in getting new cards, whether they be new Nisei cards, whether they be like straight up, you could print your own, what's it called, core set? Fucking System Core 2019, nailed it. This is honestly a reasonable way to do it if you go in bulk. There are people posting on Facebook and other groups like that are doing like bulk purchases. If you want to get in there and then send somebody money on the trust that they'll send you cards, do it up. Maybe, again, obviously there's a risk involved here. If you want to do it with your friends locally, maybe that's less risk averse. I wouldn't be that concerned about it, I guess. But on top of that, so classically in the Nisei rules or in the public rules, and somebody brought this up on a Reddit thread, it said that the Nisei rules wouldn't allow cards at legal tournaments, Nisei regulated tournaments that were printed from this website. That's been changed. It will be changed officially as of tomorrow, so don't worry about that. This is also a really great website if you want to print out the cards from the fucking Worlds cards and the Champ cards that were released as free PDFs online on the Fantasy Flight Games website. If you want like physical cards, if you don't like printing out paper proxies, this is a great place to get that done. Again, there's a lot of groups you can find on the subreddit and on Facebook where people are saying like, hey, I'm going to print 20 runs of these to save cost. If you want to get in, send me like Venmo me $12 or whatever. So if you want into that, get into that. This is a cool way to get cards. Again, it's actually cheaper than data packs for what it's worth. You have to figure out what your own card back is. I think Nisei's gonna be releasing card back. I guess you can do whatever you want, huh? At that point, We'll make a Met 12 gift card back at some point, right? That'll be cool. That's largely it for me. Enjoy tomorrow. It's gonna be a big news day. I think I'll be reading it on the bus. And I'll be back next week. It's gonna be a Hitman 2 stream all week. Let's go. I'm gonna go find dinner. Thanks for all the games we played against, and see you around. Ciao. It's one of these buttons that stops it. Probably this one.